the hype right now. Alright, stream has been started a 4th time in a row, so that means we have, if we cut it in half, we have 2 viewers. Is what we should have statistically. Oh boy. Curve set. Following now. Got it, Chief.
Y'all have all seen the ad for the Affiliates podcast, right?
Oh boy. Yeah, have you guys all seen it yet? There's no way you guys haven't.
The ad? Oh, you made it?
Oh wait,
Man.
yeah.
I've
Ooh,
been
Spirit.
like crazy.
There's-
busy.
Go to links in media
Yeah,
where
go-
I at here.
it's too good. I'm telling you right now. Didn't even cost us that much, dude. Feeling great. Oh, yeah, Chad,
Oh.
if your camera's not working, you might literally have to close OBS. Oh, and I still have to get you that overlay. Anyway,
Yeah.
I might be trolling. Just.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, come on, man. Let's not judge here. Come on now. We
Are they twins?
yes. Yes, they are.
Properly named the Ad Twins.
Bad twins.
No, that is so great.
Did you
We
hear the
got
end?
more on the way. I have 2 that
We do have
2
more.
for 3 more total that we're looking at.
Wait,
Hilarious.
how did you pull this off?
Fiverr.
$5.
$5, baby.
No,
Yo,
you're
Voice over
lying.
repeat.
Got it.
Voice over repeat, dude. I'm telling you right now. Oh wait. So Chad, did you get the video done?
Negative, Ghost Rider, because
It's all good,
I
it's all
suck at this.
No, I got you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I took it on my phone. I grabbed a dress coat
Here,
like
put it
jacket,
in
you
here.
know, and I put it
Yeah.
over this shirt, and then I just was talking to the camera like this, and that was it. And yeah.
I was like this close to just going and grabbing a piece of dumbbell or piece of dumbbell.
Oh yeah, just
Curling
get
my
just
waist.
yeah. Hey, do it right now. You won't.
yeah, I did mine like 2
Wait a
minutes
minute. You
ago.
can do it right now.
Do it right now.
Yeah, just so you can just film yourself with your phone, even like just selfie video it,
Yeah.
point at you, and
5
just do
seconds.
like a curl. Just I mean, make it like 6 seconds, and we'll just we'll shave that extra second down, and you're all good.
Y'all are
Because
magic.
Dottie can get that
Fine,
quick.
fine. I will go and grab it.
Look at it with the side cut off, dude. That's an actual legend.
That's
See, we had kids
weird.
on our team that used to do that, and I wasn't. Okay. Junior year, I got that confidence up, and I'm like, you know what? Let's freaking go. And I felt pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. With that shirt on. We're live, right? Okay. I was finally able to pull my weight, guys, and get double-digit viewers before the podcast started. Sunday is my slowest day. Like when I would like, I mean, aside from the podcast, like when we used to do it on Fridays, even like just Sundays for me is just slow. But I have to turn off my. I know this time around I'm turning gambling off because I forgot to last time. I forgot gambling. I think
Just
Brat
spam with
came
gambling.
in here and started gambling it up. So roulette off, duel
Let
off,
me see how many points I have.
chat
first.
alert off.
Oh, number 6 on the leaderboard.
Yeah.
Hell
And then let's see. And then I also have to take alerts off of other scenes. I think that's so dumb. Like I'm not even on the scene and I have to take alerts off. So yep, off.
I love how now, like when you're not in game, you just have like
Woo!
all of the different sources on your scene.
Wait, what?
you have like the bit Blinko. You have
Yeah, in between. Boom. It's crazy.
spammed with
I don't need a
everything.
headset, do I?
No, you do your thing, man. Just be comfortable
Yeah.
and then be silly.
I literally just used the old shoelace over the monitor. I stuck my phone up there, and I just talking to the mic. So if we're all talking into mics, I have to plug this thing because this thing caught the fan last
you don't
time.
have to talk.
Which I don't
about
have.
it, dude. I'm only doing this because I'm.
Like this thing smells like oranges, and I don't like it. Nothing against oranges, it's just to consistently smell that. It's just not a fan.
I'm not the main screen, am I?
No, that would be Cruz.
Thank you.
But Dottie will be coming in soon. But
Okay, good.
we might start a bit late because he's gonna have to get that quick edit
Three.
Wait, do we have 6 last? No, we had 5 videos, so he'll have to do an increased video this week because I know we only sent him 5 of the 6 intro clips last time around. Oh baby! Oh my gosh! Freaking strobe. Spencer's back at dude. Return of the King, dude.
Oh my god.
You know it.
What are you doing?
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh my god.
It's organic, dude. I like it.
Organic.
You know, it smells like oranges. I'm not gonna guess. I'm gonna let that sit there. Okay, and if you just can you message it to? Wait, do you have to be friends with Dottie to message it since we're in the same group call?
I mean, you
Uh,
can post it in
Cruz
the
is
call.
Pretty sure.
Cruz in my Discord, or in a Discord in common with Dottie? Or just post it in the call. You're right.
don't think
Dottie's
so.
Dottie's in Lasad.
Okay.
He's with me. He's in with
So,
us.
yeah, so
So he's good.
you probably should be able to direct message him.
Yeah, he can. He'll be fine.
And we'll be chilling. Okay, let's go.
And y'all could just edit whatever.
Um,
The ending part would probably be the funnier one.
Bro, we need to figure this out. Why is he tripping, dude? Oh my goodness. I have stuff to do right after the podcast, apparently. Everyone's heated.
Sad day.
I'm gonna get it done, though. He always does, man. He always does.
Crap. Edit it.
16 gigs, dude. Sino said I need a haircut. I almost got one today too. Almost. I walk right by the place. It's podcast night, boys. This is true. We gotta alert all the Discords. Gotta go to the League of Legends one that I barely use. Throw it in there.
Oh yeah, this is it. That'll be small enough to send it.
Ooh, a little water marketing there, DB. What's up?
Oh,
Okay.
my bad.
All right. No, we gotta get our sponsors where when we can, dude. Like my my Paladins tournament, I'm going to disclose that it is not presented by or sponsored by Wendy's, and then proceed to advertise Wendy's products. I'm telling you right now. I'm
Hashtag not an ad.
Exactly. I'm telling you.
So this 4 for 4 is so delicious. I went and
So
got
delicious.
Wendy's and those square patties to show the quality of the meat. This
does.
is not sponsored by Wendy's, but
Exactly. But if you want to just kind of skirt over.
Grumps did that. The Game Grumps did that for over a year. They finally got acknowledged by their senpai, and they got invited over to test secret burgers.
Alright, it's sending over through this one. Trim a little bit of it, so y'all just trim whatever else.
Nick, what is that crown by your name? Is it Twitch Prime sub? You can use to sub to your favorite African. No, we can't. I think he's DB's viewer, and he views Dottie when he plays League. Correct? Nick on a stick? No.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Skinny. The voice.
We don't advertise during podcast days, John. I know the intention is true. If you want to really help me out, all you got to do, okay, is just spam my link in all of your normal TDM games in Paladins. So Wendy's is partnering with Twitch very soon. Wait, what? We have inside info. Sino works for Wendy's, and he says that they're sponsoring Twitch soon. Now, if you could just get me on the inside of that, Sino, is all I'm saying. That'd be awesome. Nick, welcome.
That's
What's
funny.
up? Podcast day is today. It's right now, dude. You already do that in your? Oh my gosh, I've become Jake Paul, dude. These kids writing on the old whiteboard. Okay,
Or Lucas just randomly yells it out.
that's true. Copy link. Send it to Dottie.
What a guy.
I made sure that the Cruise's video got to Dottie as well, and then it's Cruise Control, both capital C's, right? CRUSE Control.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel bad for Dottie. Always piling up those final those final videos on like
Last
right
minute.
before it starts. Yeah.
Yeah.
But hopefully he's here. I know he has an extra hour because it's daylight savings for us, but not for him.
Is it really?
That's trippy.
Is that how it works?
Yeah,
What?
we're the only nation that
Yeah.
has a system like that. It's like super archaic and dumb.
Hey, dude.
Agreed.
Hey, all I know, dude, is that on JV I get to play under the lights for a few games because daylight savings. So, as a JV player, when you start your games at like 4 o'clock, you never get to play under the lights. But when it hit daylight savings, you're like, ooh! I was feeling like a freaking professional, dude. Telling you right now. Waiting for the king to take you guys. Must battle for it. Holy. It's about that time, boys.
Well, get a new pad. Be right back.
But yeah, Dottie's still being away does worry me a little bit. A little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit. But it's okay.
Okay. So that.
First string
Alright.
when my bad. First string when Diego got hurt. What are you? I'm not even talking about senior year, you dingus. Okay. And I was first string the entire year after game 1. Okay. When he came back, I was still first string. You put him in guard. You can't.
Okay.
You. What do you mean? I was new to the school, dog. New senior. Okay. I still played in game 1 plenty. It's just I didn't start. But
So.
also I also got injured in game 1 before the second half. You dingus. Oh my.
You dingus.
He's trolling, dude. Okay, you didn't find a better left tackle than your boy. Okay, not. I'm
How long you
timing you
been
out.
saying dingus?
Timing him out quite a while.
Take that from me,
Timing him out.
presentation.
No, I've been saying it a couple years now because when you don't curse, you
Real
only got
fast, guys.
so
Give me
much.
1 second. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find the best spot. in
Oof,
here.
I didn't
don't
see
worry.
what Victor
We
said.
got plenty of time.
All right. So this overlay. Do I need to go to OBS to add a source?
I would take
Then-
Michael over you. Michael?
Michael Orr.
No, he's talking. No, he's talking about someone
Yo,
on our
Rez.
team. I don't know why I'm blanking though. It's actually really bad.
Rest.
What?
I mean, he did say Michael Orr, no?
I
Yeah,
need
he
your
did.
distance.
Oh, Oh, I didn't even read
Like-
that. I just saw the or.
Yeah,
Of course
no,
you
he
take
blindsided
Michael
you.
Orr over me. What are you saying? Look at him, look at me. Now look back at him. Don't look
That
at me.
movie's
Play-
exaggerated.
Who does he
Just so
play
you know,
for
Victor.
nowadays? Does he play for the Titans?
I don't even
I don't
know.
know if anyone knows.
I don't even know. I don't watch.
You're gonna be a running back though. I might time you out for saying that because I know you in real life, and that's not the case. Definitely not the case. Oh my
Hey.
gosh.
For that overlay, do I need to add that as a source on OBS? Or do I
Yeah,
just-
and then you do. Wait, do we
Almost
say
like a
center?
back sign.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. That way,
Yeah.
when you're playing it, people can come over, and if they don't come over, they can still hear the audio if they want to stay in your chat.
Okay.
I'm gonna be D1 left tackle. Nah.
Which source do I do?
Image.
Scene?
Image.
Oh, just image.
And then
That's
maybe
source.
just center it. I maybe don't fit it to screen because my editing skills weren't the greatest. So I'm sure if you fit to screen, it might look a little bit trash. Is this podcast every month? Every other week? Twice a month then. 325-pound train running through those little peeps. My gosh. Nick on still gonna be a D2 quarterback. Do you know what he looks like, DB?
I've never seen Sketty. No, I don't.
Well,
I don't
Sketty.
even think he plays football. to
That's
be
who
honest.
Sketty is. See, whenever you say that, I don't know who that is.
Oh, yeah, Nick on a
whenever
stick,
you
yeah.
say that, you say Sketty, and I'm like, I'm looking for like someone that maybe is like named like Spaghetti something.
Yeah, no, it's Nick
'Cause I
on
thought
a stick.
Sketty-
Because his
okay.
Fortnite name is Sketty Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got you. All right, I'm Gucci gangsters. Peace out. Just popped in chat. He's like deuces. Wasn't even here before I left. All right, respect though, respect.
What a baller.
Oh, I see what you mean. It's hard to make this thing fit the screen.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that if I were you. It's,
So what do you do?
Oh, just like center it. Just you can so go on the source, right click image or like whatever you named it. You right click it, transform, and then center. I think is the way.
No,
it goes.
is
No?
that a real shortcut? I've been manually like trying to center get those little numbers to match up this whole
Oh,
time.
yeah.
I could just right click.
transform, and then you can
Oh
choose
my
to maybe
God.
flip. Yeah. All right, let's look at the podcast section. What's our competition today? Oh, wait. Why does it say non-gaming? When I Wait, when I typed in podcast, it says IRL and non-gaming. Are they not allowed to be about gaming topics? Do we have to go to just chatting? I mean, every single one looks like it's about video games, if we're being real. But... Huh.
Just a ruse.
For the young Christian viewers out there, such as myself, there's this guy named Khalil. He's like the snail dude from Jonah in VeggieTales, right? And there's a dude doing a podcast with
Gross.
68 viewers. Says Bible Man is dead? ? And that's it. That's his title. And he has 68 viewers. Something's going on over there, man.
Bro, okay, so I learned that there's this thing you can sign up for, right? Like on a website or something. You you sign up, you give your Twitch name, and then they'll randomly it's not raid, but they'll randomly just give your channel a bunch of views. But they're all like botted views, but you're not paying for it. They just they just cycle through like everyone who signs up for it. That's weird.
Actually, okay.
So you'll have like 70 views, but you'll have like no chat because they're not real views. You know what I mean?
Slayer, thanks for the bits, my man. How's it going? Pretty good. We're getting started here pretty soon, but we're waiting for Dottie Style, who I hope is around. He messaged me back an hour and a half ago, so
I just got a black screen and then put that behind the imagery.
starting Q. Oh wait, for JV, then quit football because the coaches were bad. Now I play rugby. Hey, all I'm hearing is excuses. No, I'm kidding. No,
Chad, show everyone the
coaches-
chair that
So
you
much
sit
fun.
What's up?
What?
Chad, show everyone the chair that you sit on.
Oh, you mean my comfy chair?
Yeah, show everyone your amazing chair.
Is it pretty bad?
Oh man, guys.
Multi-million
Let's see this. I'm pretty excited. I'm actually pretty excited.
No
Hey, that's good for-
way.
that's good for back
That's a
support,
new
though.
level.
That's good lumbar support.
Wait, that's actually dope.
Exactly. I'm a personal trainer, so that's how I think.
Can we get a live workout demonstration?
Yes.
All
Would
of
you like
you
me to
do
do
that.
some hamstrings?
Can we fit that into 5 seconds, please?
Straight hamstrings, boys. That's how you do it. Nice, clean deadlift. Straight leg.
You know I'll make your chat pop with 700 bots. Holy I mean, please do, but please don't. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, get some hard winks in there, dude. Oh boy.
Little hard winks.
Oh wait, we should probably pull up the questions, huh?
Nah, bro.
What is
Gonna need those. Let's get that hair going. We're good. Ooh. Alright, so Spencer, I was just like doing the so guys, I will admit this is the latest ever I've done the questions before, right? So last night it's getting late, and Spencer's his ping is over 9,000, and I was like, "What is happening? Like, are you for like?" He would join call, but he couldn't talk, and he couldn't hear.
Yeah,
So-
it wouldn't even show that I was actually in call on the
Yeah.
Discord channel, and I was hitting like 9,300 ping in a voice channel, not a video channel, a voice
Yeah.
channel.
It's rough. So I'm like,
Like
you know
nothing
what?
else
I
on my
got
computer
this.
was running. I don't know what happened.
So I start to make the questions, and I'm thinking, okay, what's the overarching theme? And my first thought was like, you know how we were talking about the whole streamer relation thing, and we were gonna do it before, but it was, too soon. If you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Well, I decided why make an entire podcast about that? Because A, there's not enough questions. B, we would have to explain the whole scenario, and even if it's not in specifics, I feel like maybe it's just me throwing shade. And I'm not trying to do that. I feel like it's actually a great example of how not to handle a streaming group.
Mm-hmm.
But I decided to only make a few questions about it, and I think I did a good job of mixing it up to where it's not repetitive like some of the ones I've done. Is Spooky Nate in this podcast? Nah, he is too busy. He cannot make it. I messaged him about it, and he cannot. Maybe next time. I didn't invite him initially because we had starting lineup was supposed to be here, but he chose soccer over the boys, man.
Oof.
A little bit offended.
Oof.
I don't know where he lives, but it sounded like he was going to like a big soccer game. So I don't know who's playing today, but
The World Cup's not going on.
No.
well,
World Cup is in the
but the
summer.
I don't know.
I thought that was the only time there's big soccer.
Keep my story on Snapchat. You
I mean,
you
depending
saw
on
me
what
there?
country you live in, but
Oh, that's true.
I guess MLS some people like. I'm big in soccer, but not in
Isn't that for like
Soccer.
real estate? Multiple listing service. It's like a website where all the listings are.
Sure.
I know it's Major League Soccer, but like the first time I heard of MLS, I took a money management class in 6th grade, and like they said like that's what the MLS is. And kids were like, oh, that means Major League Soccer. I was like, shut up, Chad. Okay, no, I'm kidding. I'm trolling. Okay, we had a Chad. Okay, I'm sorry. My bad. Tell DB he needs to die at least 50 times in this podcast. Oh boy.
Oh, come on,
boy.
man. That's a big number, man. That's a big order.
Let me see. Oh wait.
Just do like 30 as soon as the cameras go live. Like,
all right, we're gonna hit. Let me see if I can get the Paladin's love from the boys, dude. +30 people. It's actually kind of crazy that like I've gotten like 30 like just Paladins people like, and I have 48 people in the tournament, but 30 people in Discord. So some numbers aren't adding up, boys. Wait, where's Dottie? I don't want to start without him because we need the theme song. But I mean, we can play it whenever. But what do you guys think? It is 7:13.
Oh, what are we waiting on?
Dottie.
Oh.
I'm down for whatever.
But he's probably doing the intro though, right?
This is, yeah, probably. Most likely that would be my assumption. But he's still like away on. He's in my chat though.
Is he?
no, he's not.
Maybe he's just like.
Oh, did I not refresh the page?
Maybe he's just
It
lurking.
still shows him. Oh no, I can't add him in chat, so he's not here. It just shows him, but I had to refresh, I guess. Okay. Well, yeah, it still shows him even when I refresh, but I can't add him in chat, so I don't think he's here. My name is Dottie, and I'm on the potty. Okay, well, it's a decent bar.
Why
It's a
are
decent
you
bar.
Did he just say that? That's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's a good rhyme. Oh no, he didn't. Sketty did.
Okay, good.
You hit him with the bars. Oh yeah, you know I was spitting 4-piece bars in Dottie's chat for an hour straight by donating through his text to speech. An hour straight, I was going off. It just heat, nothing but heat. Like I wanted to highlight that stream because I honestly impressed myself. It was ridiculous. But yeah, I don't want to. Let me see. So I messaged him and be like, "Are you live?"
Maybe he got confused on the time.
Wait, what? No, I mean Dottie knows it. It's an extra hour from him, but let me look. Okay. Well, let me just make sure. NCST 7:15. Yeah. So, DB, did you used to be Batman?
No, it can't. It's neither been confirmed nor denied.
No. Oh, okay. Not yet though. I can test it out. So, Bruce, how long you been streaming, man? Alright, good answer. Alright. Oh, there's one Vine where this guy's like, Batman. He's like, oh, and he like turns around and he's like, oh, I knew you were Batman. He's like, hey, it sounded like Bruce, like Batman. What? And he just keeps turning around. They expose him. If you ever call out Bruce in a public place, though, someone turns around, you know what? Hey, you know what you got.
That's what made the Christian Bale Batman. People made fun of his voice all the time. That's what you would do if you were really a Batman. You'd talk stupid. People wouldn't know who you were.
Are there no face cams this time? No, we haven't started yet. It's always the overlay screen until we start, and like, yeah.
What time is it usually for Dottie when we start this?
Just what is it, 3 his time? So now it's 4 his time. Because I was asking him, is that gonna like affect things? And he's like, no, it's actually an hour later, so I have more time to do stuff. Wait, is that Big Jangling? Is that? Oh wait, I thought that was from from Dottie's chat, but that must be a similar name because they have the
No,
spirit
Bi-
bombs, boys.
Big Jangling's he's the one who always calls me a delinquent.
Oh, okay, got you. Guy in camo looks like criminal. I was like, oh boy.
Yeah.
I was like, uh-oh. Spirit, look at the boy, dude.
I made that.
Actual legend. Alright, let me go full screen and just test out my keys real quick. So we're F8. Sorry, F9. F8. Okay, sweet. It's been a whole minute, Rest. What's good? What? So Trevorm has the nerve to come back after months, right? With an emote of a different channel, dude. No way. The slap in the face, dude. No, it's okay. No, I cry a little bit, but I try to save those tears for more important times. Face cam, we're working on it, boys, okay? We're working on it. But Trevor, welcome back. Dude, these spirit bombs are getting out of hand.
Hey. Well, dude, yesterday, Timid and Enchanting both donated together over 40 subs. Gifted out yesterday.
Dang.
What?
Yeah,
we
they were
had
going wild.
Sino gifted 5 yesterday. It was popping off.
Yeah, they just kept doing 5 at a time, but like they were like battling it out with each other, and they ended up doing over 40. It was wild.
That's crazy.
You know, with the shade and chat.
If only there was someone who could be in charge of this thing and make sure the setup start was on time. If you weren't a mod, if you weren't a mod right now, I'd time you out. I'd time you out right now. If I wasn't so thankful for your presence, you'd be gone. Oh boy. No, I am in charge of this thing, but you know, sometimes when people bail last minute, or they just can't make it and I didn't get communication, I have to work on getting other people. So it's nothing against people that can't, you know, confirm or deny, because I guess I could just invite more than 6 people, but I don't want to invite someone and then they can make it and I tell them, oh, we actually have enough people, and like they were all excited for it, and then I have to tell them, hey, you can't be on this week.
That you ruined their whole evening?
Yeah. So like I'm trying. Oh, wait a minute. No, you had an option. Okay, Chad, you had an option. You said yes. Okay, I wouldn't say ruined. Okay, I mean, there's not getting Fortnite dubs, and there's
honestly,
podcasts,
I would have been playing Overwatch if like you'd be like, no, we got no.
Oh, so I'd say this was. So I'd say you won on this one then.
Hey, I got a pretty good ranking. It's not the best. Okay.
Yeah, pretty good ranking, but they still have some pretty bad champions. So.
Hey, Rest, what's the most amount
Your
of guests
champions
you
are
would
the
have?
same freaking moves. They copied and pasted from Overwatch. Freaking get out of here.
Actually, I'm pretty sure Paladins came out before Overwatch.
Well, that's what
it.
people were saying. I think it's only a
I don't
matter
know,
of
though.
months difference. Whether or not one game came out before the other is actually only a matter of months.
No,
So-
what's that other one that's like Overwatch and Paladins? Or is what is it? It's like with army dudes only though. There's like a nurse.
Call of Duty.
No.
Star,
What is it?
StarCraft or that?
No, it
Army?
was
It like looks really cartoony. It
Clash
looks like Fortnite.
Royale.
No, it looked like Fortnite.
hold on.
Graphics.
Oh, Realm Royale. Well, Realm Royale it's the same company as High
Hold on. There was a game that came out at the same time. I got you. Hold on.
Team Fortress 2.
Team Fortress. Yeah, it was Team Fortress. Yeah, so Team Fortress,
Oh, that's
and then-
a classic, dude.
and then Overwatch copied
That
that,
came out, like,
and
2
then
years ago, though.
Paladins copied Overwatch.
Wait a minute. Calm down. Wait a minute. Overwatch release.
I think it's Team
date,
Fortress 2, then
actually,
Overwatch, then Paladins. For
May
sure, Paladins came out after
24th.
Overwatch. I don't know if
May
it was
24th,
developed first, but it
2016.
came out.
We got old boy looking it up right now. He's determined.
Wait, why don't they just give me a straight up date? Okay. May.
Nick.
Hold on one sec. We want to talk about
Wait,
getting
this is
lost
not true.
in the chaos.
Wait.
Battleborn. You guys remember that?
No.
That came out at the exact same time as Overwatch, and it was made by the same
Really?
people who made Borderlands. Cost the same amount of money,
What's up?
and nobody remembers it.
Nobody
gosh.
feels bad, man.
What's up, Chad? What were you saying?
Oh, so every time that I drink this,
Mm-hmm.
how does your mustache not like?
Oh, it does. You hit the
How
mustache
do you
stays
like that?
hydrated.
It's just so like, ugh.
You just go. No, for real. That's why I use straws. That's why
Hey.
real men use straws.
Hey, Russ, what's the max
Real
amount
men
of
use
guests you'd
straws.
have on the podcast? Oh, you have no. It's muted. I can't hear you, Russ.
Oh, I just showed nipple. I'm sorry, Riz.
Oh god,
Mic
Chad.
on.
Did you not give me ban chat? Come on, dog.
No, you're not. You're not.
That's
You're
it.
not showing
Yeah,
them on
It
screen.
just started. Okay.
Technically, I'm live, so. But at least no one saw it.
Be a great time for face cams. All right, there's a lot of complaining. I feel like I have to give in, dude.
Yeah.
I have to give in.
Yeah,
boys.
you have to give in. Give
We're
in
gonna
to
have Dottie
that.
join though.
Just
It's
play
gonna-
your
it's gonna
ad
be-
first.
Play my
Then we can
ad?
do the intro as an outro.
Oh my gosh. All right, dude. It's about that time.
Stuff it up.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Because I want to make you
Oh yeah,
like
but
multiple...
sorry, I was gonna talk about DB.
Overlay.
Not gonna lie,
Uh,
guys. I kind of want to get my
6.
left arm.
Okay.
6 is what I think because I feel like it'd be hard to mediate a conversation between any more people than 6. So if we
Yeah.
have 7 or more, I feel like the first 4 people, like the first 4 or 5 people get pretty much all of the answer,
Mhm.
and then the last 3 are like, wait, they covered it all. Where I feel like
okay.
6 people, there's more stuff that can be said without,
Make me go last.
Yeah.
I'm
All
good. at
right,
this.
cool.
I'm good,
Well, yeah,
I'm good
so
at
then
making
I'll make
stuff.
you an overlay with variations in. It'll have 4, 5, and 6.
Oh,
and that
the
way you can
name
just swap
tags! I'm
between them.
trolling. I don't have the name tags this whole time. I've been doing other
Wow.
stuff, so I'm so sad.
Tisk,
Um,
tisk.
You know,
Alexa,
things
play
I might not see.
Despacito.
Give me a second. It's gonna be. Oh, I'm so sad actually. I feel like I can if I let you guys start with the
So
questions,
how's-
I can get this thing done. As we're so it's gonna be a bit scuffed, boys. Okay. So this is what it's gonna look like, guys. Just give me a second. Okay. Display cap is gonna be over for now.
Well, there we go.
Who's on right now? So it's gonna be myself,
We're live. get
Dottie.
it.
I have to take Dottie's off real quick, just for now at least.
Rip.
And then I didn't make. Okay, so I have to make one for Cruz and basically. But for now, let's put display cap at the bottom.
We
So I
don't
can
want
put these where they-
Chick-fil-A.
Oh,
We want Wendy's.
lol.
What? No. Chick-fil-A all day is baked.
DB goes right
What's
there.
up? Oh, okay.
Sorry. And then Spirit. And then the other 2 get left out momentarily. I'm working on it, okay? We're gonna play the intro, dude. And just let it happen, guys, okay?
Just embrace it.
Yeah, just embrace it.
Because it's amazing.
And then I'm gonna work on the other 2 name tags off screen after I propose the first question, alright? Just some
You're proposing?
I'm
Yes.
come
Hey
on now.
guys, go check out the Affiliates Podcast on
There it is.
Sunday at
I'm gonna
7
troll you
p.m.
so
Pacific
much.
time. There are always new, engaging streamers each
don't say.
week to discuss streaming and
You don't
streaming-related
say.
topics.
I
Watch
love
your
that.
host, Recidation, take you on the exhilarating journey that is the Affiliates Podcast, epic
Oh.
style. Get that bread, gamers.
Exactly. Get that bread, gamers. What an intro. I'm not gonna lie, guys. That's basically the best we could do. For the time being.
What? I didn't even
Epic
think
style.
Bro,
that.
I'm pretty sure I could green screen the Affiliates Podcast behind them. So that it looks like they're standing in front of
Us
like that
talking?
wall. No, that wall image that you have, you know what I mean? Where it says the Affiliates Podcast.
Yeah, oh,
like,
the
looks
brick,
neon
yeah.
lighting.
Oh,
I
bet.
could probably put that behind them.
Oh, bet for next week. I'm down. Yeah.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
Give me a second. I have to time out. Zixter timeout.
Okay, I missed this. I missed it.
Untimeout.
Oof.
I'll send it to you later on. And we'll
It's in the
actually we'll
Discord.
probably play it at the end. Yeah, it is in the Discord as well.
Yes.
Sorry,
Oh.
I had to time out
Oh,
and untime out Zixter because yeah, this is a Wendy's. This is an non sponsored, non presented by Wendy's. We're not sponsored here whatsoever. But Wendy's has some amazing deals. They have a 4 for $4 where you can get basically a entree sandwich, small fries, 4-piece nuggets, drink for only $4. It just kind of makes sense, guys. But yeah, EDG. Oh, Undead. It's the young.
Just got
What's the demographic? Hey, the demographic is all Wendy's lovers, brother. Okay, I'm telling you that right now. Let's go into question 1. We'll get the intro later on. Dottie's gonna be joining here hopefully soon. Did you guys all watch like videos about like TwitchCon and stuff? Like all the big streamers that went? I was just curious because I have a question about it. So like if none of you guys,
Not at all.
The ninja roast was dope.
there it is.
Oh,
I'm not
that
sure.
was fantastic.
No, I guess that was technically Tim roast, but
Give me a second.
It was good.
Scripted just got timed out for 10 minutes somehow.
was.
I don't know what happened. That was crazy. So my first question then is, what do you guys think about like the real and fake relationships like among the top streamers? So I mean, I think there's like a T1 in Greek, and then there's like everyone else that kind of feels like pretends to be friends there, and then goes right back to throwing shade at everyone. So anyone that wants to open up, go ahead. I'll work on the 2 name tags. So
I'm gonna go ahead and take myself out because I don't know anything about it.
okay.
So I can't really answer on this one.
Anyone? Chad, you want to roll with it, dude? You won't?
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh.
It's okay. So
Spirit's got this.
I'll go ahead and run with this a little bit. So I honestly, I think that's just part of the gimmick. I think that's part of marketing, because this is like common business practice 101. Where if you can get smack talk going. Sorry, I'm holding my mic. I'm trying to sit like a person. If you can get people talking, period, whether it be through smack talk, whether it be through like poking fun or starting drama, like that's what gets people engaging. That's going to get people checking you out. So
Yeah.
like, and it's actually like a marketing technique to get get your name into people's minds as much as possible. So that's why you'll see repetitive ads. You'll see stupid slogans. That's why Geico is like getting involved with all the gamers, because they want you to think, oh, I'm a gamer, Geico insurance, boom. And so you don't even think about some of the other insurance companies. You just go to Geico. So I don't know. It's a business thing where they get your name, the drama of it, because they want you talking. We're talking about it right now. And now you're talking into 30 people. And so we're mentioning their names. And so it's just popularity content. And it's actually common in businesses for people to do that stuff. So I think it's on par. I think it's part of the ecosystem. I bet you they're best friends, probably in private. Or if they, like you said, if they go to a con like that, I bet you they are really nice to each other, because it's like, dude, it's all business. It's business. And then once you get into face, it's your people. And so be people. But when you're done being people, it's time to start getting back into business. So it's just normally is.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if I didn't know if there'd be any like truth to it, because like I said, I don't really watch either one of them, so I don't really know how real it seemed. But yeah, I 100% agree with what you're saying, because like I mean, they do that with everything, with fighters. When they promote their fights, they do that. They talk the hardest trash on each other, but as soon as the fight's over, they're hugging it out, laughing with each other, smiling, be like, "Hey, that was a good fight." It's like, no, you just called his mom like something crazy like 2 days ago. What are you doing? You can't hug this dude now.
That's true.
But yeah,
I mean, it just be
the person you're referring to, Nick, is that link that you sent me and Bobby last week or so?
Oh, that's one of the many people. But yeah, that was just the Tim roast. I just thought it was funny because he ripped into Ninja for a second.
That was hilarious. Yeah. Anyways, you can go on, Rez. Sorry.
Well, I was just saying that like I feel like there's a lot of ways that like hype can be capitalized on. So like if you can say things that like Spirit said, get into the public eye, then that can bring kind of some hype or more attention to your own channel. So whether it be 2 streamers that are like causing drama becomes a big deal, or I know last week we talked about the dude saying he's like above his viewers, like I don't want them to relate to me, so he goes on his stream and says that was all part of the plan. I woke up that day and said I'm gonna say something crazy. Turns out he was being sarcastic about that, but there's some people that actually think that way, like how much can I stir things up to then create popularity on my end for essentially doing nothing special.
so he pulled a Kanye.
Yeah. Say so.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Scoop kitty poop.
I mean, you gotta think about that though, right? And maybe Twitch isn't that bad yet, but I have a feeling it's coming this way.
Yet.
There's a formula like for YouTube. Okay, YouTube trending or YouTube popular. Who's succeeding in YouTube? It's drama. It's people picking on each other. One another.
Is Spirit cutting out for just me?
No,
Yeah,
it's kind of a little bit here and there.
Got you. Okay, I'm just checking. I was trying to make sure it wasn't a stream thing.
Sorry, hold on.
Keep going, dude. Holy, I didn't mean to put that up. All right, I got the ads done. I'm just adding them all. It's a little bit scuffed today, boys. Okay, just bear with me. Okay, I got cruises going up soon.
All right, that should be better.
Go ahead. Yep.
Okay, so there's a formula that they want from YouTube, and it's what's succeeding right now. It's people being picked on. It's people fighting with one another. It's belittling one another. It's this whole let's tear each other down kind of thing. And that's what people are like, oh, I want to see somebody wreck somebody today. And all the Jake Pauls who are causing drama, all of the, that's what they want is they feed off of drama, and drama gets clicks and drama gets views. The Shane Dawson series that he just did was huge because it was all drama, millions and millions of views. And so that's what's working right now is to stir the pot, get that drama going, say stupid things like shot culture. Do you know how many views that guy got from saying that stupid crap? I think the the Twitter video right now has 4 million views, if I'm not mistaken. Damn. And it's probably gotten higher. So and who cares? Like at that point, what does he do? Oh, you know what? He makes an apology video in a month. Guys, you know what? I'm sorry. I was stupid. I just want a chance. I need to prove to you I can grow. And then boom, he's already capitalized off of 4 million views. People know his name, and people are just like, oh no, he apologized. He's different now. And he probably was trolling in the first place, and was like, yeah, I'm just gonna apologize later. It'll be all right. And it worked. That's marketing. Boom.
Yeah, I don't know if I've talked about this before, but like from TwitchCon, not this one, but the one from like last year, I feel like everyone was talking about like, oh man, like a legitimate friendship on Twitch was like Greek and T1, because when Tyler One was banned for like a year, he was just doing duo streams with like Greek and like they're actual friends, and then to like see them, like they always talk smack about each other, but like they were like legitimately happy to see each other like TwitchCon like 2 years ago, and the reason why, like, sometimes I think, okay, maybe it's, like, fake drama, but they are friends, but I haven't seen anyone, like, outwardly act like friends other than Greek and T1. Like, everyone this year, like, they were all seemed like they were friends at TwitchCon, and then I saw a bunch of videos of, like, different clips of people's streams that were talking smack about different people, and then, like, the people get home from TwitchCon, like, wow, they were saying that about me while I was, like, there at the event, and, like, it caused more trouble. So I don't know if that stuff's real or not. I feel like some of it might actually be shade, or maybe it's just trying to get views. I don't know.
I feel like it could be both, because if you like with Bobby Nurse Watson, best friend, love each other to death. But there's those days where it's just like inside, you just want to punch them straight in the face.
They fight.
And then you're like
every day.
No. That's ridiculous. But and then you hug each other out, kind of like whenever you're talking about fighting. I'm like, yeah, you just said that. Hug them all back.
They fight every day.
Okay. Really?
See?
Bobby's dropping hate in chat right now.
In the chat. No way,
every day.
Oh my gosh.
They're both
admins.
They're admins in my Discord. I have to keep them reined in. They're jumping each other out, moving each other between.
The question just in chat from Sugar was, how long is the podcast? I mean, typically it's going to be like hour 40 minutes, but like really we get through the 10 questions, and then as long as chat keeps giving us questions, we can just keep going. But yeah, for now it's just the questions I have set up. Anyone else on the young streamer drama? Or nah? If not, I can pass this on to question 2.
No.
We Gucci? Okay. So is it important to network with streamers, and like if so, is risking potential drama worth it? Or can you just be in your own lane? Yeah, it's worth. How so?
Yeah. Sorry, say it again.
Is it important to network with streamers, and is risking potential drama between you and another streamer worth it? And Limp said yes, and why? Like why is it worth what could go down?
So one of the big things is if everyone has in their mindset that there's a possible risk of drama, there's less likely to be drama. Like if you know the possibilities, you're smart enough to not have that happen, or at least not have a huge falling out. We didn't exactly have that mindset before, so things happened. But it's definitely worth it. You come out better on the end. Some people will still watch both streamers. Some people will transfer. You never know.
Mm.
But it's definitely a risk to take. Get your name further out there.
Got you.
I'm kind of confused with the question. You mean like you're gonna network with like a random person, or you're gonna like why? Because I don't get why you would network with someone that you would have drama with.
Well, there's people that you choose to involve yourself with, and then know that maybe over time there could be problems. So there's
like
so
that
happened
being on
among
this podcast.
among our yeah that happened among our own group. So not to bring light back onto that specific scenario, but it just like it seemed for me, I kind of questioned. I'm like, man, like, do I want to keep maybe adding people in the future if this same scenario could happen again? Because that was not fun for me. That was a miserable weekend.
Yeah. No. Okay. I feel you. I feel you now on that. I mean, yeah. I think networking with other streamers is huge because like you learn so much more. I mean, when you deal with other streamers, because I mean, it's just like watching this podcast. Like you could learn a ton of things that you really had no idea, that you could have done before. Something that you could learn to grow your channel that that you just learned for the first time by watching this. So I think it definitely helps to network. And I mean, yeah, even though you could potentially get drama with streamers, you really shouldn't be networking with people that you aren't 100% about anyways, because that's just fake and you don't want to have that kind of negativity to begin with. You kind of only want to network with people that you are vibing with or that you really enjoy their content, because they should be like almost an inspiration. You'd be like, oh, I really like what this guy's doing with this channel. I really like, how his chat reacts with him. I like his community he's building. And those are the kinds of people that you want to network with, I would say. So, I mean, I would feel that it's pretty easy, I think, to navigate who or to avoid having the drama. But again, like what happened, like sometimes you just don't see it coming, but you just gotta, be able to pull that cord early and not like as soon as you start getting the bad vibes, be like, all right, maybe I should just, cut back and, go find some other streamers to network with.
Yeah. Okay.
I have to agree then, mostly because in the sense of like, whenever you're looking for someone new, or just like in general, you're starting out as a streamer, especially like with what I did, you even, for instance, you helped me out, Rez, like that one night where you found electric, what was the name again?
Electrical longboard, yeah.
Electrical longboard. Okay, like he was hitting it up. It was just ridiculous. Like kept winning the raffle thing or whatever. But yeah, so like it was just like those key instances, and just because I liked Rez's content, I decided to go in with it, and I liked him as personality wise, and kept getting better and better. So I just found more fruit than I did anything else.
Yeah,
it hasn't hindered me yet. And then I mean, it's like whenever you're saying you can just tell by the vibe if they're fake or not, I feel like everyone has that sense of whether or not someone's going to be fake or they're going to be real with you. So, I mean, that's just instincts for me.
Okay.
So, my little input on this, I think DB might be my age, but the rest of you guys are pretty young, I assume. But whenever...
cut
a lot...
Yeah.
Looks at it. It's like, all right, let's figure this bad boy.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. That's probably this freaking mic. Anyways, so whenever you start getting in business and working with people, you start to get a sense of who you want to like.
That's just you're cut out. It's just no audio. Hold
on. Who
you want to say? Just bang.
Can we get some text to speech?
Russell, what's up? Who you wanna is where you left off. Oh wait, he's got to plug it in. Get reset. Yeah. Rip.
Oh yeah, Rez. Hey Rez.
What's up?
Can you put a underscore between my two?
Oh, did I? I'm actually trolling. Yeah.
You're trolling, bro.
Give me a second.
No, I tried to do it in chat, like discreetly. I was like, maybe you can't see it.
I feel like I should have. What? Oh, it's because of the way it is in Discord. I thought it was the same. I should have known that. Give me a second.
Oh wait, is it not?
In Discord, there's no underscore. That's what I went off of.
Well, let me change that.
Okay. Give me a second.
All right.
Fixing those name tags. But for now, you guys did see Cruz in chat, but
this is true.
Working on it. This is it's been a little bit of a scuff one, boys. Okay, we're working off of the this, but hey, this is season 2, gentlemen. Okay, I'll tell you that right now. Okay, we're having less problems, I'd say, than we did back in the Wild West days, which I personally am impressed with how far we've come. I'll be real, but
how far we've come.
Nothing yet.
That's just me.
He's doing some mic checks, dude. Okay, let me fix that cruise control. So cruise _.
Nothing yet, Nick.
Yeah, still nothing. See, I'd give my input while he's figuring that out to keep it from being awkward, except for the fact that I'm an inadequate host. Couldn't get the name tag right. So I'm working on exporting a new one. Export as Cruise 2 in pictures. But as far as my input on like the risk of like working with other streamers and like starting up like a group and stuff is I mean, I think that I did a decent job at the time of like being a leader, but then when things like broke out like that, obviously that wasn't the case. So I feel like if your leader maybe isn't experienced in
Leading.
I know in leading this specific these specific types of people streamers, then I feel like you can have problems. So someone like Spirit, and I know like Sino, my mod, like he's a mod of my channel, and these are people that are like that are in management, like they know how these things work and problems that happen. Well, I haven't experienced those things, so I'm not gonna go off on a limb here and say I'm a bad leader. I'm just saying I'm not maybe experienced in the potential things that could go wrong. So when things did go wrong, I was like, shoot, the heck do I do? I've never been through this before. But someone like Spirit has. So say that our positions were reversed. Spirit was in charge to be a GG. But so Zixter got a time. Wait, what happened? Did someone get timed out? That was crazy. That was crazy. Never been a leader in my whole life. Hey, just team captain on every football team I've ever been in, except for senior year. Once again, new to the school, feels bad, man. But it's fine. Zixter, I'll see you on the flip side, buddy. But I wanna still open it up for Spirit though to finish. But we're not hearing anything quite yet. Wait, yep. We got you.
Sorry, hold on.
There it is.
I think now his headset's working.
Free Zixter, boys.
No.
Hashtag free Zixter in chat. Yep.
Lost audio from.
Yeah.
I think.
Say something.
Check.
Ooh,
Check.
the butter down, dude.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
we're
cool.
good, dude.
All right, man. Sorry, guys. I'm in
Let
my
'em
mobile
have
setup.
Oh, we're good.
So, what I was gonna say is, I've been in business for a while. You start to see the kind of personalities you want to surround yourself with, because there's a lot of people either that you don't click with well as your personality. You could take a personality test and run with it, and you would see that there's some people that you just don't click well with, and that there are some people that probably bring out the better of you. Like, for example, I'm a very antisocial person. I'm not very good at it, but Chad and Bobby are both very fantastically social people, and God put them in my life to help me with this project I was working on, and I have miraculously become where I'm comfortable talking with people like total strangers. So anyways, my point is that you got to surround yourself with people that you need in your life, streamer wise, business wise, friend wise. Some of you people got friends that you probably should cut out of your life forever. Mm-hmm. I did that, and it was probably the best thing I've ever done in my life. But my point is whether it be streaming, whether it be business, whether it be real life, whether it even be family, sometimes you've got to make sure you have the right people around you, because otherwise you're not going to be successful at anything, period. So, boom.
Lay it down.
That's my bit.
Well said.
That's what I'm talking about, dude. What are the advantages and disadvantages of stream teams? I watched a lot of YouTube videos that are like, oh, you gotta do this, this, and this to start to get into streaming. And one of the the big topics is stream teams. And there was this one video out of every video I watched, only one video said hey, this isn't necessarily a key thing to growth and might actually have more cons than pros. So what do you guys think are the advantages and disadvantages of joining a stream team? And which one outweighs which?
I think the advantages as a small streamer anyway. Depending on the size of depending on the size of each streamer, I can only see cons if it's one partnered streamer and everyone else is maybe not even affiliate.
Oh, got you. Where it's the big backpack,
Yeah, it's just one guy giving away his viewers to everyone else. That's the only con that I could really see. If you're an actual team and work together.
The I mean, I'm not really too familiar with stream teams, but I would imagine that, the pros would be exposure, obviously, to other audiences that, that you might not have uh, got to. And I guess the cons, I would say, would be, maybe you guys have like legit creative differences. You know what I mean? Like where, maybe they want to go in a certain direction that you don't feel is the right thing to do, but I don't know if it works that way, so that's why I'm not sure if that applies, because I know stream teams are like, all right guys, we're gonna focus on trying to do this, because everyone wants to, like, let's say the stream team, I don't know if stream teams like decide like, all right, we're gonna be streaming these types of games, and you're like, well, I don't feel like playing those games anymore. Are you like out of the stream team, or like like, I'm not real sure how that works, but I would imagine that everybody has to be like on the same page, and if you don't agree with that, it's going to be pretty rough to branch out.
Of the stick.
Yeah. So I mean, that would be the only thing I can see.
Anyone else? Spirit and Cruz.
I'm pretty online with B. Go on, Nick. Sorry.
I was going to say that I think that there is a lot to be said about going as a team. I think that it helps. Ideally, if the team is very functional and say you have one aligned goal. So just keep it something simple, like we want to have a stream team of family people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dope. So
Hold up.
5 different personalities.
Hello? They're cutting like in and out. Where you were?
Yeah, I think it's gone. Oh.
Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah, potato net.
No audio.
Nothing.
Zero audio. Oh.
I don't think you heard us.
I heard
Can you guys not hear me?
The sentence.
No.
You can right now. Every time you hold it, you got magic fingers.
Yeah. I don't touch it. If I don't touch it, we're good.
No, you're good. You're good right now.
Yeah, right now.
Don't move an inch.
I'm gonna stand firmly still.
Don't move an inch.
So what I was saying is if you have a one aligned goal, like family friendly, and you got 5 different personalities, someone's gonna click with one of those personalities, and maybe they'll click with all 5, and that's great. Maybe you could help and stagger your schedules. Like I think me and Dottie do pretty well because I feel like I can always pass if everyone's asleep because I stream real late. I can pass people off to Dottie because he's so similar to my personality that whoever stayed for me is going to stay and have fun with Dottie too. Mm-hmm. So I think that when you can make a successful team like that, absolutely. But the problem is people are building teams about, oh, I'm super popular and you're super popular. Dude, all 6 of us are super popular. We should just go and say we're team 9 and be super cool. Mm-hmm. But when they don't have a combined goal, it's just like any other team. If you make a team of people and you don't know what your goal is, you're all going to suck. So
yeah,
it depends on how the team's structured. Mm-hmm. What are your end goals? How you getting it done? So on and so on. So
okay, makes sense.
The concept isn't broken. How people are doing it is broken. So
gotcha.
Yeah. Heard.
The amount of quotes that have been coming from Spirit today, I feel like are gonna start building up, and we might have to write a book or something, dog. How's your day? Say hi to the boys. You can say hi to the boys in the young chat.
Yo, the young kid Poyo.
And all their ads are above their name. Just a quick reminder, guys, to follow like these 4 streamers. They're all dope. They're all on my auto host list. I say this every week. If you don't follow them now, you're still gonna see them because you can't avoid them because they're all on my auto host. So it's kind of like you might as well. If you scroll down in my panels, I mean, you might have to refresh unless they're popping up as I edited them. But all of their ads, if you scroll down, I have a panel that says podcast ads, and you can follow them all there. But just throwing it out there. And then Spirit has been jotting down questions of your guys's in the chat thus far for us to answer in the post section of the podcast. But if you have more questions, either say them now and he'll try to get them down if he can, or just save it for the end and we'll open it up to questions later. But question 4 is is it tough to entertain alone, like no one to duo with, or like not playing games with comms? Because me personally, I'm just saying, like, I was all about squad comms and like League. I was trying to get my team in Discord all the time. Now on Paladins, I don't care. Maybe that means that my stream isn't as entertaining, but like I'm trying to just play a lot of ranked, play some solo. I like playing with followers still, but like, yeah, how tough you guys think it is to stream solo / games with no comms? And I'll open up to anyone.
Honestly, I just kind of figured out today. Like, I wasn't streaming at all. I know Fortnite can be like hit or miss. I know Fortnite. Get over. I'm sorry.
I almost said. I guess they never miss, huh? Sorry. I'm sorry. It's a TikTok.
But anyways, I did fill squads. Me, like, I was having a great time. Like, I was just trolling with people, messing with them. That was fun. Like, everyone enjoyed it. Even like some of the squads had some people cracking about it. So I just found it a lot easier. But like playing solo games, I can just be like, it's just dead quiet.
Yeah.
It's really odd. But I guess I feel like it's a lot better. You're more interactive.
Are you on Push to Talk, Cruz?
I swear. Is this on Push?
No.
Well, yes. No.
You were cutting out a little, like
the ends of sentences.
I'm thinking it's because I was talking too low.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So or that would be the issue.
Yeah, and
I think it's because when he was rocking, he moved too far back, and then the mic didn't pick it up.
You could turn your sensitivity down. This direction. I don't hear any background stuff. So if you turn sensitivity down, I mean, I don't think we're gonna hear anything extra. But that's up to you. But
yeah, no, I hear you. But everything's right now. It sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, it's all good.
Okay. Cool.
So I guess the only problem that I'd see with a solo game, no comms, is just trying to fill the space with talking. Because sometimes in a solo game you can get into a point where you're just like you're maybe listening for sounds of footsteps or whatever, who knows, and you're just not talking, so there's no sounds except game audio on your stream. I feel like that could be the only real problem. Solo streaming, no comms.
Okay.
Personally, for me,
I think DB nailed it though. DB made a tweet the other day that I saw. He said a trick that worked for him was to talk to himself while streaming if the chat was empty, almost as if he was thinking out loud. And it's so simple, such a simple concept. But DB's right. Like if you can actually express your thoughts, I mean, like Lim said, when it's quiet, nobody wants to be a part of a quiet chat. Maybe they do. Who knows? Maybe they want a chill second session. But look, if you did what DB said, just think.
And he's out.
In and out. That's I like that. The hand signs in and out. That's in and out.
Okay. Anyways.
Oh, gone.
No?
Audio.
Okay.
Anyways.
Check.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Good?
Yep, we're good.
I'm not going to touch this stupid thing. I usually fidget with my stuff.
Nope. It's gone. No audio.
There's no way. What is happening, dude? Oh my.
All right.
Yeah, they're not in his favor.
I'll fill in while he's doing all this. Oh,
I'm not going to do push to talk anymore.
That's
okay.
We're good.
Okay.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
Sorry, you might hear me say some stupid crap. I'm used to push to talk.
We're good.
So, anyways, the whole thing is basically if it's too quiet, no one's going to want to watch. It's not entertaining. And unfortunately, some of these big streamers, they do really well with being engaging, but I feel like they do get a lot of kind of not really an easy pass, but they have a lot of people talking to them. And I if I had tons of people talking to me, I'd be having a blast. Like I'd love talk smack, throw smack, have all kinds of fun with chat, but there are many times where I have no chat, and I think that's the toughest part for me. It's not having chat and how to roll with that. But like DB said, I'm going to try thinking out loud a little bit more because I do have a lot of thoughts in my head. So I might be able to run with it. So we'll see. We'll give that a try.
As far as playing games with no comms, like I don't know. Okay, because look, I am a promoting machine. Like I love telling people about the stream to try to like advertise as much as I can. Like my friends and family make fun of me because I wear my own merch out in public all the time. Like too. Seriously,
you gotta rep your brand.
Yeah, and I was like, I got to, man. I'm not. You don't know. Like I can't take the chance of not gaining a new viewer or a new follower. You know what I mean? So to play a game where I can't promote to someone else that I'm playing with, it would drive me crazy. Like whenever I play like Overwatch or something, like I hate Overwatch, especially because the community is so toxic, but I hate not having voice chat with them because like, I'm not about to risk getting banned because someone, wants to drop the N-bomb like 30 times in a minute. And I'm like, I can't play this game without communicating to the rest of the squad to tell them about the channel. Like, I just need to do it. And I don't know. I feel that you have to. You have to play games. Or I at least have to, where I can communicate with other people.
Yeah, or games like GTA.
If I go into Overwatch. Ooh.
Dottie's typing at this moment. I want you guys to know. We may have a sixth joining here pretty soon. He may have gotten the time mixed up due to our system in the United States of daylight savings. He is a streamer from New Zealand. Just throwing it out there. We'll see what he says. We might get the intro rolling here pretty soon if he does join. But as far as solo games, like, so when I played League, like, I wasn't serious about streaming, but I like just did it for like the VOD and to make videos out of it. And I would like always try to find a way to talk because I had no viewers. And I'm like, okay, I can work on my public speaking, and if I'm able to, then get like a few viewers when they come into the stream, like hopefully it'll be actually like entertaining. Because I feel like you have like what 10 seconds, 20, like what, like how much time do you guys think you have to
5 seconds.
Impress someone that just pops in? You think you have 5? Okay.
Science says 5. It includes all things internet-wise, whether it be social media, websites, videos. 5 seconds. That's also why ads on YouTube have that 5-second cancel. It's because it's like you got 5 seconds to catch someone's brain. If you don't catch them there, you're not catching them. You'll never catch them. So.
Okay. Because my thought was like, okay, if I got better at this, say that I took streaming seriously, I wouldn't feel so discouraged starting out with no chat because I would have developed those skills. I feel like maybe I've developed that skill a little too well, where it's maybe a little bit much to some people, which I understand. Maybe it's not your type of stream, like someone that's just like talking so much, trying to fill space. But I feel like if you can develop that skill, you could play any game and most likely just be somewhat entertaining, because all of the entertainment value starts with you and not the game. So it makes your stream more personality driven, and the game doesn't carry content. But what is happening in the chat right now? I have no idea. Your hair has been shaved. You are now bald. Press F to pay respects. Wait, you guys aren't supposed to press. Oh my, they've roped you in. Guys, DB has a full head of hair, okay? And maybe when it comes to that day, potentially way in the future, okay, Bosley is a thing and it grows right back. So I don't think we have a problem, okay? Come on, boys. We need content. We need them to ask questions later on. But I do like the fact that we have this many Fs in chat shows the attentive viewership. Oh my gosh. All right, let me hit up the next question. Where's Dottie at real quick?
Dottie's getting a drink. He says he's getting a hot drink to shake the grog.
oh, he was sleeping.
Yeah, I love
respect. It's all good. That's
So
true. Okay, so the next question I had is, and this is just inspired. This is just inspired by like the recent. I know like Spooky Nate just had a tournament, and then I have one on December 1st. By the way, throwing out there. Are big events worth the work? Like stream specials, tourneys, or like for instance, even like this podcast. Are those big production events? You put all this work into it. Is it worth all that work? Is that something that every streamer should try to do some sort of special? Anyone that wants to open up with that bad boy, go for it.
I'd say it depends.
It's just kettle corn
what
chips.
you actually put into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if you put a small or medium amount of, if you plan on putting like a small amount of work into it, then it's not going to be worth it. Like you're not going to have a good showing. But once you put a ton of work into it, a ton of effort, a ton of time, that's when it becomes worth it, because it will just grow you exponentially.
Okay.
Oh my god, Chad.
Your tournament has what, 48 people in it right now?
Yeah, 48 people. We have another team that just gave me a roster. So
3 weeks away.
Yeah. So now 51. Yeah.
Nice. That's a good turnout. I think as long as like, okay, so when you start your events or even things like this, right? So you have like a goal set in mind pretty much, right? Like you're expecting this many people to sign up, you're expecting this many viewers to show up. I think as long as you reach those goals, absolutely it's worth it. Or even if you come close, even if you you come short a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, let's
Yeah.
say you plan for at least 35 people to sign up for your tournament and you got 30. Like, that's still a big step for your first one, especially, you know, in the right direction. So I think you have tons to benefit from doing large things like that. Because I mean, who knows? Like, even if the first one doesn't go as planned, maybe those people that showed up had like a blast, and they're gonna then tell their friends like, "Oh my god, dude, I signed up for this tournament. It was so much fun. You guys should sign up for it." So the next time you have it, you should be growing little by little. And I don't think you should get discouraged. But like, as long as you're not like stressing yourself out over what you're trying to do, then yeah, absolutely, it's worth it.
Okay.
I
Spirit
think
chat.
it depends on what your goals are. Like, what's your end game? If you want engagement, or say you want donations, or I don't know, whatever your goal is. If you want engagement, then like charity streams are dope. Tournament things. I don't know. I find myself thinking, if someone were to host some big tournament, I mean, would show up to support them, but I would have to have a heart for them as a streamer for me to show up in the first place. You know, I'm not going to show up because somebody's doing it. Maybe I would. Who knows? But my point is like, if like, what is your goal? Is that stream going to actually push you towards your goal, or that event going to push you towards your goal? So if it's like this, my goal is to have community and interact with people and have fun. I do all three of those things while doing this podcast. So it doesn't matter how many times we do it a week, or how many hours we spend talking outside of the podcast. It's absolutely worth it for me. Plus, you guys are all fantastic people, so it's like investing in this relationship that we all have is such a strong payout for me, such a strong benefit for me, that I'll forever, you know, as long as you're doing this, Russ, I'll be out here with you. So it's like, it depends on what your goals are and if you're getting what you want from these events or not. So
okay. Before I answer, as
Amen
well
to
as
that.
Cruz, thank you for that. Hey, the young raid from Goose Boy.
Goose Boy.
Now it's not confirmed, guys, but I believe that we're gonna have Goose Boy and Drain, if possible, on the next podcast. Not next Sunday, but the Sunday after that. Let me just go ahead and edit these things. Dottie, welcome to the stream. The young gun.
He just got mugged.
Farmer
He just got mugged.
I'd like to say I'm so sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. We're all good.
I feel like I need to explain myself. I had to wake up at like 3 a.m. for work. I don't usually take naps, but it's like
suspenders.
I think
Yeah, right.
it was like 3 in the afternoon. I'm like, oh, I've got another hour for the podcast. I was sort of falling asleep when I was doing a bit of editing, so I'm like, I'll just lie down, take a nap. You know, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm like, I know I've got the podcast. I know I've got to drop someone's come to buy a game that my friend has. So I take a nap. Then in my dream, I hear the Discord call. And so in my dream, I'm in the podcast. I'm like, everything's smooth sailing, you know?
He's center screen. He's got it all.
It's all good. And then I hear some knocking. I'm like, oh, someone's knocking on my door, you know? Someone's like, don't bother me. I'm in the middle of the podcast, you know? And they keep knocking. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm dreaming right now. I wake up. The person's been like knocking at the door to pick the game up for like 5 minutes. I panic. I'm like, I'm not in the podcast. Everybody's waiting. So I do apologize. I'm sorry.
To continue our tangent, I'm not gonna lie, I've had a dream like that where my alarm was going off, and in the dream, we're in someone's house. I don't know why we're in this house, and we tripped the alarm of that house, and then me and all the people in the dream just like stormed out, and like it was like a police chase, some crazy deal. Like I don't know what the heck was happening, but like I can totally like relate to that, where things that are happening in the real world actually just end up continuing the dream. Which is actually pretty true.
You know, dreams are symbolic for what your subconscious thinks. So
Whoa,
are you telling us you
whoa,
were wanting
no,
to steal
dude,
and break into a house to have an exhilarating chase with cops?
You know,
exposed.
No, can we, Sino, delete the bot. Delete the bot. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. But to be back on topic, so just Dottie, the topic is, are big events worth the work? Like stream specials, tourneys, like podcast stuff like that. And I'd say that my answer to that, I know that Spirit said, basically you're setting these goals. There's like a checklist of what you're trying to achieve. And if you achieve those things, then that individual event that you put on is worth it. So for me, I feel like yeah, whatever expectations that I set up, like, oh, this is gonna be like this is gonna be this big. This is how I'm gonna feel like during this event, and like, or maybe like it goes smoothly. Like, I know, like the first podcast, I feel like I set the bar pretty low. Like production was low. Everyone was asking, "Who's this streamer? Who's this streamer?" Because I didn't have the ads up. We didn't have our theme song. I didn't have a panel. Like, so I had like the bar was set pretty low. By myself, to where I knew that I could only go up from there. So I feel like if you meet your personal expectations of what you think it's going to be, you're fine. If you don't, you're probably gonna get discouraged, and then that work is going to seem like it all amounted to nothing. But that's
agree.
that's
I
my
feel
opinion.
that.
But yeah, I know Chad hasn't answered, and then Dottie, if you have anything different on that matter,
Did Dottie
go
even
ahead.
get the question?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
about
okay.
the events.
But let me
Oh,
know,
you heard it
Chad.
in the
What do you
dream?
think, dog?
I mean, I think what you're saying, like if I roll off of that, like I can feel where that is, just because like I'm relatively, I guess, more new than any of y'all. So I do have like obviously to get the required goal and then be affiliated and stuff like that. But I mean, I guess my goal is more so to help out, just like with the money they use for. I know it sounds super cheesy, but God's kingdom, like that's my ultimate answer. That's where I stand. So,
Yeah.
and I mean, granted, it will be used in some instances to get to places that I need to be helped out, because I can't just, what's
So
the
there
word
has
I'm
to
looking
be
for?
a return for the time that you invest.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
Yeah.
pretty much. So, I mean, on the lines of that, it can be discouraging, but at the same time, I feel like it's just something that I enjoy, and I'll find people that whoever want to watch and give a follow, then that's cool. People that see the same things, and there's stuff that I always want to work on. So that's just how I see it. But I mean, that's really all I have on that topic, because y'all mostly hit all of it. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Spirit, not Spirit, sorry, Dottie, have you thought about like doing like a league tourney? Or I know like your Halloween special, like I thought that was funny, like you up production value and you make something special out of what could have just been an ordinary stream of me playing game A, B, or C, but you decided to exceed the expectation of what the average viewer would come in to see because it's a special event. So have you thought about doing more of that? Because I thought it was great.
Yeah, was terrifying yourself and almost peeing your pants worth it for all the clips that we made?
No comment. That's still a fat no comment on that one. I don't know, man. I'm a massive whisker when it comes to that. But in terms of like the bigger picture, I reckon absolutely. I take great joy in like, having a vision, planning it out, and then doing no work on it whatsoever, and it all falling to pieces at the last minute. I take great joy in that. I mean, I imagine if you're the type of person that can actually see the vision through, it would be amazing. But I definitely reckon it's worth it to do those things. Not all the time, but every now and again. You got to do something a bit special, put in the extra work, whether it be, whether you get your checklist done, whether you get one thing on your checklist done. I reckon it's super important to have those things that sort of make it a bit different, a change from the norm for all so it doesn't get like too repetitive and all that.
Yeah.
But I feel like, I don't know what everyone's covered, but I feel like that's the thing for me.
Yeah, I know
Also
in like
kind of
in a past podcast, I know like we've like talked about like what does it take to like keep that viewer like sticking around or to like get them in the first place, but like what will keep maybe a regular what would make a regular continue to be a regular is probably like these special things. Like you show them that there's like significant reasons to stick around. Because I have these people that maybe I'll take them for granted, like they're people that show up every day. So maybe after a while you're like maybe not super excited to see them as you would like a new person. But I feel like if you're doing these little things like going like the extra mile, then that'll keep those like the regulars coming back. Like, hey, this is something like this is why I come here every day to watch. So I think in that capacity, it would always be worth it. Like every time, as long as it keeps people, coming through.
Yeah, not just that, but they're more likely, like, if they have a good time, they'll tell other people about you.
Mm-hmm. So as far as like the Paladins tournament, like it'd be like my expectation personally would, random people showing up from the Paladins section that don't know who I am, or maybe people, maybe the people in the tournament that get last place, maybe they'll go out and find people in their own ranked experience in Paladins that are better players than their previous teammates, get them on their team, and then they follow stream. I don't know, but I feel like somehow like this special event is going to give me more exposure than just my daily thing. But wait, what happened? Did we get a message that's crazy?
No, it's. I guess I said something in my
How
chat.
are you not modded, dog? What is that? Give me a second.
I was winning the bit war, and then I gambled it all away. So you took my powers. Oh no, I rickrolled you. That's right.
Oh, that's true.
No,
I do remember that.
I had to permit Spirit's message, and I had to permit the term.
Got you. All right, he's modded. He's all good. All right, let me hit that next question, boys. Give him a spicy one. Okay, this is okay. I've been working on this for a couple weeks. I've had some test streams and with no success. But do any of you guys use text to speech? And then is it worth the risk? Anyone can open up with this.
I feel that's just troll bait.
Go for it, man. Really?
I avoid that at all costs. It's just you're just asking for it at that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know, dude. I think it's so risky. But I know a lot of people do it, but I couldn't. I'd be so paranoid as soon as I heard that little robotic voice kick in, I'd be like, wait, what's it about to say? What's it about to say right now?
Oh man.
I mean, I can say from experience that pretty much the only thing that I have put in messages when Dottie has his text to speech on is just repeating letters over and over, like 10 lines of just Y's.
It's a British guy. And like they spaz out and get these different crazy tones, and I'm like, it's so much fun, dude. But I feel like before I got into streaming, right, and I started watching like League streamers, then it opened me up to like everybody. All like the stream fail compilations were just like text to speech, someone almost saying the like N-word, like all this, like they're kind of asking to get trolled. So I feel like if I did it, first of all, you need a limit to where maybe it doesn't get spam. And I mean, for me, like for Dottie's channel, I try not to do it, too often. And then what I'm saying in text to speech, I try to further the content. So it's kind of like the viewer actually has an opportunity to impact the stream. But for me, we tried to get some hot words to go through, or some words that were very close to hot words, and they went through. So that basically tells me that I have to either figure out how to block those words, or B, have a hotkey to end stream and discard my 5-second delay. That way, as soon as I hear that bad word, I hit that key, and the stream doesn't hear that on VOD, because I had a 5-second window to cut that garbage off. So that's why I'm stressing about setting it up and all the precautions. But does anyone have text to speech besides Dottie enabled, like right now?
I think I do.
You think you do?
Gotta check.
What's
Either
your
way,
limit?
I don't know. I think I set it to $5.
Okay.
But that's gonna put a lot of that's gonna weed out a lot of trolls, a lot of kids that are probably holding on to their mom's credit card or whatever. I don't know. Like if they don't have the money, they're not gonna be able to do it. But I think that it's funny. I think it's hilarious. There's actually a YouTuber that I follow, and his like main catch line that's super fun that people love to meme it was totally from a voice to chat thing. And so now his people, when they want to show love, they spam the word marbles or something like that, because it's a weird word to say through the auto translator. They say it funny. Anyways, so I don't know, it's got potential, and I think it makes good ha-has and good hee-hees, but it doesn't have potential to be a nuclear thing to someone's stream.
Yeah.
So I think that we're probably like a year away from it being extremely filtered, extremely protected, and super solid and safe. So
no, maybe this is just me. Like, I mean, I know this is a podcast, but like me personally, I have the question: how do I go through and block those words? I tried to go on like Streamlabs chatbot because Streamlabs is what my text to speech goes through, and I can't block those words there. I can't block them through Nightbot, like it goes through. Our phrase that I use to test text to speech, I won't say the whole quote, but basically, Ninja said a phrase that was very close to saying the N word.
Oh
He
yeah,
said,
yeah.
stop negging. No one likes A, and then kind of the N word, but with the E instead of an I,
God.
basically, right? So I used that sentence to test because I'm like, okay, Twitch won't see that I'm actively putting like the N word.
Yeah.
Like my mods trying to help me out are not actively putting these foul words into my chat. I'm not trying to get them flagged, so we use something that can replace that. But how do you even block these words? Because like there are big streamers that use it, so there must be a way to make it secure, or else the guys up top wouldn't use it. Or do you guys think that they have like a mod that like has access to these things and can filter through it? Like they're looking at everyone case by case.
That's the ideal situation, right? You have a person
Dedicated
filtering
mod,
it,
yeah.
and if I was a big streamer, I'd totally pay someone minimum wage or something, or middle.
Oh, for sure.
To just sit there and be like, hey, buddy, can you just watch my stream, and I'll pay you minimum wage, a little bit over, to just make sure that these things are all clean, and you can let people have a heyday and have fun. So, but ideally, yeah, people are gonna crack the system somehow or another.
Mm-hmm.
The only real solution is either years of people finding all the combinations, or someone actually filtering each one. So
I think that's how the bigger streamers like Soda and XQC do the Streamlabs media share option. So basically, per a certain amount of money, you get a certain amount of seconds of a video of your choice to be played. And I'm pretty sure they have someone filtering through those because there's a lot of bad stuff that YouTube hasn't banned. And you can set a video to like, okay, don't play a video under 800k views. There's videos with some big views that still has some questionable stuff in it, that some Twitch hot words that could get people banned. But I think that's maybe the only way. Like maybe I'll just quit on trying to do text to speech until I feel like every
You have a safe way.
Yeah. Because I mean, we've talked about this before. Discussions. Streamers getting banned and stuff for stuff that's ultimately out of their control, or things that they didn't intend on happening. Where I feel like text to speech is that exact same problem, like rising up again. Like people put something on your screen and that thing represents you, even though you didn't say it or intend to say it. But I don't know. If you guys find a way in the future, or you think that there's a way to make it foolproof, then yeah, just let me know, dude. But speaking of text to speech, this is how I kind of got this question because of text to speech. Because I felt like that was an incentive to donate. So like, what do you guys think are good incentives to donate?
Ooh, good incentives.
So that people will donate to your channel.
I'd like to mention Dottie's wheel spinner with the crazy stuff like playing backwards.
Oh shoot!
The different challenges associated with it.
Plays League with feet. Feels great, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Or are you? I didn't mean to cut you off. Were you done?
Yeah, I was done.
Oh, okay. I didn't. I just found out that they added this new thing with Streamlabs OBS so it's called a mask, which is essentially like a Snapchat filter, right? So when someone donates, they can apply it to you, and then it has like a little chat bubble that comes out. So like you say like their message, but like they have a bunch of funny ones. Like it'll have like 2 bags of tea, and it'll just be like bouncing above your head, or like it'll like put like a pumpkin head on you. Like there's all these different things. So like if every time they donate, they could apply that to you. So I think that's a great incentive to get people to donate, just to make you look like a fool, like while you're streaming. You know what I mean? Just to kind of troll you a little. Yeah, Streamlabs OBS has it. It's really called Mask. Yeah.
I have to look it up now.
Yeah, it's really, really dope. Really. I think I got an email for it and I read it. I was like, what? Let me get that. Yo, and Snapchat actually has a thing. They did a thing with Twitch where you can get straight up Snapchat filters on your Twitch streams for your camera.
Wait, actually?
Wow. Yeah.
Some of those are actually funny. Like there's times like I know my senior year of like high school, like when like there were times where it's towards the end of the year, you almost graduated, so the homework load was really light one week. and I just would go through all the Snapchat filters. And, like that actually cracked me up. There's a difference between like a white girl using like the typical like dog like filter one, like that's all and then me looking through all of them. So don't judge, okay? They're funny, dude. Okay, and I would make different videos to put on my story, and everyone's like, "Dude, Rest, this is the funniest stuff ever." I'm like, I know, I'm an entertainer. That's what I do. But like, I think like Twitch teaming up with like Snapchat, like those are like things where I feel like you can bring like unique aspects to your streamer. Like even like that reminded me, was it Stephanie that was talking about like no face cam and stuff?
Yeah.
And we talked about ways to get around that. So there's those people that, you know how they have like an animated like dog that like tracks their face. Like you could use like even like a Snapchat filter or something.
Yeah, the whole
if that's a
time,
thing that's still on. And you could, I mean, I just thought of that like another way that you could kind of get around this. And then it's also an aspect of, you know, uniqueness, like, you know, compared to any other streamer.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Just
I don't know
throwing
about
it
now
out
because
there.
I feel like everybody's gonna be using it now
Yeah.
because it's free. It doesn't cost anything, and it doesn't like link to your Snapchat, so you don't have to worry about like people finding like your personal Snapchat. You don't even have to have an account to use it.
Oh, dope. Okay.
And there's another thing where you can. Well, I think you have to be a partner for it, but you can have a subscriber exclusive filter. So every time somebody someone donates or subscribes, it adds like a specific filter to put on you as opposed to like just choosing one.
Just to do a little quick intermission here, guys. Nick on a Stick in chat did say, "Attention, everyone! Wendy's does have delicious 4-for-4 meals. If you guys haven't heard of it, they also have any size fries for a limited time, $1 each." Okay, I just cleared the space. Can someone clip that? Send that over to the HQ for Wendy's. We're definitely working on it. Did everyone get to answer about the incentives? Or got any more ideas?
So there's one guy. He does bit and donation incentives. Where if you donate a certain amount of money, he'll stop what he's doing, do push-ups. He does that with also his point system.
I'm not fit enough for that.
I'm all about enough to do that.
Chad, you can probably get Chad to do like pull-ups, 10 pull-ups.
Put it in the doorway behind you.
People love to see.
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh, so when it falls, it's great content. It's great content when it comes off the ledge.
He has one. He has.
No,
of course he
I'm
has one.
going for it.
Of course he has
Oh
one. He's
my
gonna do him
God.
right
10
now.
right now.
Let
Here
him
we
know,
go.
dude. 10, 1, 2.
Well, while this is
3.
happening.
Go ahead.
Anyways, so people love watching you cause you pain or make you do stuff. So anything that can make them smile, Jesus, Chad.
He's still
He's not gonna
sick,
fall.
man. I
headfirst.
can't
What
do
a
that.
man.
My life depended on it.
Good job, Chad.
Very
Good job.
nice.
That's what I'm talking about.
Anyways, so stuff like that just gets people interactive, doing silly stuff. I also I had a thing going.
Bruce is up in the house, dude. Don't worry about it.
Anyway,
No, ban. We got banned. Cruz, put your shirt on straight, son. Fix that. Oh man, we're done.
anyways, jeez, you're killing us.
It fell off. Yes, for sure.
I did a thing where if somebody bought a game, I would play that specific. I'd stop and dedicate a night to that game. So if you people donate you a game, having like a night dedicated to that game would be really cool because people love to interact with their people, and I know that like when you buy the money to buy games, it's cool for stuff like that. Let people interact with you the way they want to interact. So I don't know. Also openly have like some kind of cool open poll, see what works, what people want to hear. You'd be surprised. There's really creative people out there that think of something that's both safe, where Chad keeps his clothes on, and people still get to laugh.
And I could see that. I mean, if you're talking about like push-ups or like whatever, like stuff like that, like I mean, you're literally multitasking where it's like you get a way to add an incentive and then also like better yourself at the same time. So it's kind of a win-win. I don't know if that's like an overplayed thing, like not to like chuck like some shade at like the female streamers as we've talked about ASMR in the past, but I feel like they do the whole like the squat challenge, like subscribers equals 20 squats. Like, no, okay, come on guys, let's go ahead and ease up. You know, I'm not trying to throw shit. I'm just saying like maybe that specific like, you know, sit up, squat, push. Like, I think maybe that's like overplayed. And as far as Squats. Exactly. I wasn't gonna call her out by name. Being a higher up on Twitch, that's not what I'm about. No shade, boys.
Watch. What's up, Ray?
I'm just saying that I
goodness.
feel like maybe that's overdone to where if you really wanted someone to, if you wanted your chat to like, do an action, the incentive would have to be something fresh and new because everyone has done.
Who deleted it?
Oh no!
Oh, it
no,
got
no,
clipped.
No, John, why would you do that? Well, okay, that's fine. I think we're all right. This is gonna come to haunt
Why
me in
is it
2 years when I'm
so-
big time.
Look at the URL on that freaking that sassy comfortable dolphin peanut butter jelly time.
Oh, my
Epic style.
Actually, how
Is that Red
did
Gamer?
they know? That's crazy. All right.
Well,
Oh, man.
there's no proof in the pudding, huh?
Definitely not. Definitely not. Anyone else on incentives? I think that so Spirit just answered. Everyone else or maybe do you guys have any ideas? Even if you don't do any incentives right now, unless you don't want
I
to.
mean, my ideas was to do what we were talking about, like a workout one, but I got to figure out something creative. Probably use on one of the lines with like the spin wheel, for instance. But I gotta get more familiar with all that stuff, which is the time that it takes. So gotta figure out that. But that's about it.
Give me a second. I'm working the clips right now, boys. I'm trying to
Now that I think about
erase
it,
time.
maybe I could just get my wife to do squats for every sub.
Okay.
There you go.
Exploitation. Not like this. Illusion, dude, better late than never. Illusion. We're gonna have him on this week, but we end up getting cruise control. Next week's podcast, I believe, is full. But Illusion, I got you, dog. Okay, I got you in. Two
your boy
podcasts
Illusion's
from today.
here.
He is here, the one and only.
No, the
Y'all
one and
know
only.
Dottie,
I'm
what
gonna
are some of your favorites to do on the spin wheel?
out of your whole spin wheel.
It's a different one, Chad.
Really?
There's nothing.
Sorry, Dottie. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Go ahead.
I've got nothing. It's all pure garbage. I can't come up with I'm not even everything I come up with is god awful. Like I'm not a person that's good with coming up with outside the box things. Like I think I've got like play backwards for 5 minutes.
Nice view box.
Take a shot. Like there's just not great things. So I don't know. I'm still figuring that out. But
Wait, real quick, because I didn't see it because it didn't make a sound because I turned off some of my notifications because it's a podcast. I got everyone here. I'm not trying to get notification spam. Thank you for I didn't see the viewer count on that, but thank you for the host. I appreciate it, man. We're up to 72
70 views.
viewers.
Yeah.
You're ridiculous, man. And Illusion, we're gonna try to get you on here as soon as we can in our future.
I'm just going to point
podcasts,
out
so
that
yeah.
put us as number 7 on talk shows and podcasts.
Woo!
Nice.
Actually, someone was saying fourth, I think.
The
Yeah, it
partner,
might have jumped
we
up
just
with
gotta wait
that-
till
with
the
that raid
we
from
need
Illusion.
the partners to show up. So nice view bot. All right, Brandon, that's funny guy, dude. Just ended my stream with 25. I appreciate it, Illusion. Oh, so 25, dude. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it very, very much. We're gonna go on to the next topic so we can keep the young entertainment going, dude. My next question is, how much do you invest into streaming, and then at what levels of like your streaming career like do you choose to invest more? So like intro, hey, I want to stream. How much do you invest off the bat? Like before you even make a Twitch channel, what are you looking at?
Wait, hold on. You got to do it one more time. Because I got distracted with the Cowboys score
Oh.
for the
How much?
update.
How much money, or like maybe not money specifically, but how much do you invest into streaming, and then at what levels do you choose to invest more?
Oh.
Anyone can start up. I don't mind, or I can start if you want me to.
Well, I gotta wait. I have to check see if my wife's watching before I can answer that.
Oh boy.
I invest very little.
Uh-oh.
Little. I try to find the cheapest options I can for all
There it is.
all
There it is.
investments.
Okay, fair enough.
I saw your Twitter DB. I saw your...
Oh god.
Oh boy, DB fanboy invested like 2 M's. Oh shoot. Exposed. Nick, chill, dog. Chill. I feel like you need to figure out, okay, what am I gonna play, or like what kind of games or like genre am I thinking about playing? And I think that might tell you about how much or like what specs you'll need on your PC, and then boom, you get the bare bones of what you need. Not the
Yeah.
best camera in the world, a mic that just doesn't drive people away, basically. And then
Not
I feel like
Spirit's
you're
mic,
good.
basically, right?
Yeah.
Not Spirit's mic that he was using. The cutout machine. No, that
Well,
one.
no, I think it was his push to talk settings.
Oh,
'Cause
that's what it
I
was.
think
Yeah, it wasn't the mic.
yeah,
It was the push to
whatever
talk.
key it was. But I'm saying if your mic, camera, and computer are adequate to where like your quality doesn't scare people away, like that, like borderline, like right there, I think is all you need. So like I'd say like $400 PC and then like cheap equipment that does the job. If you were to put a dollar value on it, but Lies,
Nick
he
knows
spends
how much
time
I
and money to
invested
the
into this
max.
PC.
Wait, are you saying like just starting out, or are
Yeah,
you
so
saying like
just starting out, and then
Holy.
at what points of your like account or like career do you then choose to spend more and invest more? So how much money or how much do you put into it starting out, and then when do you choose to then up that quality? Like, do you need a certain viewer count? Do you have to make a certain amount to then spend a certain amount?
Okay, so how I looked at it, which now wasn't necessarily the best plan or course of action. I bought a pre-built, as Nick knows, the worst decision. Never do that, by the way. Just build one. It's way better. But we ended up, what was it, 2 months ago now, Nick?
Mhm.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
built a whole other one. Fantastic, by the way. But I put about $1,000 into that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then the webcam I got was about 150 or no 200, whichever one the Logitech 4K is. And then like I went all out essentially, just because like I knew that if I was going to go with streaming, because Nick kind of put it in my mind thought. I was like, well, I mean, I might as well just like start preparing for it. So then I wouldn't have to make any upgrades in the future.
Okay.
So I just like put it all down on the line. So that was how I did it, which I'm pretty fine with. And there's only minor things that I would do to have to invest, which is just obviously buying different games.
Yeah.
Whether or not I like them or not, or just vintage old games to go retro with. But as far as specs go, I think what's the Elgato
Mic
panel?
off.
Like, has anyone heard the Elgato panel?
Yeah, some of these guys have them.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all do? Yeah, I'm looking to get
Stream
one
Deck.
of those.
the Stream Deck? Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought
Because
that
it's
so
good.
fast.
I feel like it'd be so much fun just to have a little panel, just like press it and then everything just goes. But I need more information about that. Found one for like 150.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Before we move on to more people's answers, I like what Sino said. He said, I feel like most streamers start with a good PC because they enjoy gaming in the first place, and then streaming comes after that. So maybe like your PC build is going to be adequate for the games that you're already playing. And then if you just want to stream those games, maybe it's even more of an internet thing after that because you already have that build for it.
Well,
But-
not necessarily, because there's a lot of parts like where your computer is good enough to stream at the quality you want, but then, to play at the quality you want, but then once you start streaming while playing, it could, slow down your frames, or you have to reduce your graphics because like your computer won't be able to handle it. So then you start, upgrading more and more parts. But and even then, just like Illusion said, how he started with just PS4 broadcast, you know what I mean? And then because even there's someone Wolfpack, he's like a PS4 streamer, and then he just recently started investing in a computer to then be able to start streaming other stuff, outside of it. So like not everyone is gonna necessarily have a good PC, because there are a lot of people who stream like directly off the console. And then like that's where this question comes into play, as to when do you think you should decide to invest in a PC to not only game but also take care of your streaming. But as far as the numbers, I don't know. But yeah.
So go ahead.
Oh, I'll just say I'm the wrong person to ask, just because I am so big with quality. So I'm gonna invest as much as I can to get the best quality I can.
I've heard
for
that
whatever I'm
multiple
doing.
times. I'm on
Yeah.
DB streaming. He's like, man, I don't like how this thing looks, or I like this to look pretty, right? And
Yeah.
then for me, I'm thinking like, I hear about like these pro streamers that have these settings because they're like, well, I don't need to see this, and this. This is actually more distracting from seeing an enemy or something like that, to where it actually doesn't seem worth to put those settings. But at the same time, like, Yeah, if you're someone that thinks like, yeah, I want 1080 and I want the game to run at max quality because it just looks better. I mean, for me, I upped quality from like 720 to like, is it 810 or something? Because like the
Yeah.
clips look better.
Mhm.
Like I didn't like how like some of the clips like look crappy, and I was like, all right, well, if I turn up just a little bit, it looks that much better. I'm satisfied with that. But yeah, you're right. Whatever it takes to, I think, be able to play your games and not have to cut back that game quality. Because yeah, when you
Yeah.
hit stream, that definitely affects FPS. I've had
Mhm.
multiple problems in the past. But what do you think, Spirit? What are you running, man?
I actually have a specs on my channel that people can
Okay,
go check out. I just
there it
actually
is.
upgraded to 1080 as well. So I have two schools of thought on this because I wholeheartedly believe that if you have a strong enough personality, you could have a garbage PC. You could have garbage quality. Let's just say wrap it up and just say garbage quality stream. But if your personality is strong enough, that you would still be successful, and that's you know and that's unfortunately I wouldn't say that's me. So I am very conscious of that, and I think everybody should play this case by case. Everyone should evaluate yourself
Mm.
and say, do I have a strong personality? Am I entertaining enough? Maybe a good check would be, are you the center of attention at a lot of your stuff, and do you make people laugh naturally, stuff like that. I don't know. Evaluate yourself. Figure out if you have a strong enough personality. If you do, you're blessed in the fact that you probably don't have to invest as much as me. Uh, I am wholeheartedly. I believe that if I'm going to do something, I'm going to put the best quality that I can. Period. And so if I've got money, I throw it at it. So I have. I think I don't want to throw numbers. I hate throwing numbers.
Let's
doing
hear
stuff like that. For example, at my home setup, I have a roll-up green screen that I've personally built. I have because I like to be able to just do that, make it look perfect, make it look nice. I have professional lighting and all that stuff going on. I'm actually thinking about mounting in the ceiling certain types of lights, so it helps keeps it cooler and it gets the green screen diffused better. So that's just the kind of personality I am because I believe I have to compensate for my lack of personality. I'm not gifted with. And I'm willing to admit that. So I think you can start out like I think Bruce kind of put it right. Is if you're gonna stream, just go ahead, get a decent computer, get a decent internet connection, and get a camera. If you don't have a camera, I do think you're kind of missing out. Unfortunately, that's just kind of the brutal aspect of it. Is the people love the facial interactions, and I know we've talked with Stephanie about this. I think you can still get interaction. I'm not saying that you're doomed to fail, but I think that you are putting a ceiling on yourself by not having that camera. So that's a thing to have. But you don't need to go drop in $2 to $3 grand to be a good streamer. I think I keep saying this over and over, but you need to find out what your goals are and make sure that you're investing your time and money in the right direction. Because if you don't, you're letting yourself down, you're letting your team down, you're letting your viewers down, and it's just a huge time sink and a time waste. So that's just those two bits.
And Dottie, what about you? I think that League has, I think, for a long time been, whenever I was like looking into building a PC, they always talked about like the base game, like, oh, you can stream this game at this setting. So every cheap build like said you can stream League of Legends easily on this setup. So I feel like that's a game where like anyone could stream. So have you had quality problems since you started playing League, or has that only been when you've moved to other games?
It's only mainly be when I've moved to other games. Like my computer, it's a home built one, but I bought it off some guy ready made. So I don't really know the exact specs and all that. I haven't bothered with that, but quality. Yeah, I feel like Spirit's definitely on the right track about the personality thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely, it's super important. But no quality issues really.
Yeah.
I think it might have been put together a tiny bit jankily because some things aren't seeming quite right, and I'm not quite sure how to fix them. So
Okay.
I might have to sort of put some time, put some money in, upgrade some of the parts. But that's just the way it goes sometimes,
I know that Illusion he said like all caps like Cam, is game changing. Spirit told me the exact same thing. He's like, Zach, I think it would definitely like add to it if you had a camera, because I'm like this hype dude, and I used to run a crappy camera. I mean, let me just put this emote in chat real quick, guys. This is the camera I ran. This was the first day I got affiliated. You see that, dude? Put your Twitch on like dark mode. You still can't see that garbage, dude. That was me in the month of April, right? Okay, so like I'm like, okay, why would I put
He's not
like
exaggerating either.
I'm not. Why would I put my face up on there if I feel like it made the quality look trash? So I just took it off altogether, and then I downloaded this app on my phone. It's called IV Cam. You can use it as a webcam. It's good quality if your internet is solid, but I decided like not to use it. And I think since I've used it, I think it hasn't upped my viewer count, but I think definitely it's helped like the amount of conversation in my chat because it is more personal. So I think Spirit was right in that capacity where if you're really wanting to connect with people, that's like a huge deal. But,
yeah, and so not to interrupt you real fast, but this is going on in the chat. There are lots of streamers who don't use cameras, and I want to put 2 points in here. One, that's still a ceiling on them. They're even YouTubers, people that I watch, like the Game Grumps, they refuse to put a camera, despite they're probably one of the most hilarious duos I've ever seen in my life. And that's put a limit on them. People want to see the interaction, like so bad that they have like fan arts, fan cartoons every week because people just want to see their faces to the things that they do.
Yeah.
So that's still a limit to them. But two, these people, I wholeheartedly believe that that your chances of being exposed and growing grows with having a camera. I think we're in this age now that if you've got to cut through the noise, you've got to cut through the 1,000 other players playing Fortnite right now, or the 1,000 other people playing Blackout right now. And one of the things that helps you cut through that noise is your camera and your interaction. So you need to be applying every little thing that you can to cut through the noise, and one of those things is having a camera. So
yeah. And on that note too, like the dudes, like they're saying, like Dakotas and stuff, who aren't using face cams, like those dudes are like gods at the game they're playing. Like they're not like your average dude, so they can get away with not having the face cam because their gameplay is so crazy that they don't really need it. People are going there specifically for the gameplay, not necessarily for them. So I mean, yeah. So you take the two things that Spirit said, and then add that third thing. Like those are like some of the exceptions to where not having like the face cam won't really hinder you, but it's still going to hinder you. But I mean, you are putting a ceiling on your growth for no reason other than like if you can't afford it. But
yeah,
or and like I know Stephanie's probably still watching. I don't want to diss Stephanie here, but I mean I get it, and I again, her goal is not to having a camera is interfering with her goals, and so ultimately I think that comes first, is making sure that your goals are still in line. So Stephanie, her goal is to be acknowledged for being a gamer and not a girl, and that's fine. If you not having a camera helps you achieve that goal, that's more important than growth, in my opinion. So
and that was what was tough with me, because I was so good at Fortnite that it was like people only came for the content. No, it was literally the opposite. Like the game was just what I was streaming, and like why a camera would help so much is because it's like all personality. It's all the way that I interact with the squad, because I'm the first person down. So you have to find a way to be entertained among that, because when you're the first person down, but two people in your squad are new to your stream and followed you, you can't just dip out on them. So I'm doing my color commentary. I'm getting hyped, and probably having a camera would have definitely helped that. But now real quick, I didn't want to deviate from the convo before. Is Mrs. DB still here? Because there was a good question that was about this, and I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna scroll up because I saw it.
So real quick, I am going to say though, my initial cost for streaming was an Elgato, specifically because the games I wanted to play were on consoles like the PlayStation 2 or Xbox 360
or the Wii.
Nintendo.
Yeah, the Wii too. Hashtag Call of Duty on the Wii.
Oh my god!
I thought you were gonna say Just Dance.
Yeah, so that was all a good time, and I used the worst place camera. You know how laptop cameras, you usually fold it open and the camera's right there on the top. Now mine's like right where the keyboard is, right around where F3, F2 is.
Ew. That's
So
horrible.
it was pretty bad, but
It's using the same setup.
angle it the right way.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry. Keep going.
But yeah, so my initial cost was an Elgato. So a good amount of money.
And can you run? So yeah, how good
I
does
also
like?
had to get a something to change the AV cables to HDMI.
Like converters.
So that was an extra like
an
Yeah.
adapter. Yeah.
So like what kind of rig do you have to have to like to run that Elgato and stuff through? Like, do you need something pretty good, or is it like just a laptop and you're fine? Like, it just needs to run through a program and that's it.
So you need something that can actually stream to Twitch, just in general.
Mhm.
The Elgato takes most of the processing power,
Mhm.
and that's really about it. And
And
especially like playing a console that is max 720p,
Mhm.
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah. So put it this way, playing a 1080p game at 60 frames would eat an i5 CPU.
Yeah.
So whenever I would stream Smash on Wii U, that was 1080p, 60 FPS.
Mhm.
I would barely be able to stream that. It was
Okay.
90% of my CPU was being eaten by both streaming
shoot.
and the Elgato. But that's 1080p,
Mhm.
60 FPS, and that was doing that. So if you want to knock it down to 720, get condensing anyways, because I stream 720 anyways.
Yeah.
It probably would only eat half of that, maybe less.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure playing Crash Bandicoot on the PlayStation 2, that is a PlayStation 1 game. I'm pretty sure it's like 480. And then stuff like Call of Duty on the Wii, where there's no actual textures on walls, it's just a graphic placed on it. There's no like flag waving in the air, it's just a picture of a flag on the wall. So yeah, there's not much to that. There's not much to a lot of the older games, but streaming from my Xbox One onto the Elgato, because so I can actually use my webcam, that's a bit more of a pain.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm sure when you buy the Elgato and stuff, it gives you like the system requirement.
Oh,
also.
probably.
So
I
you'll
would
know-
think
yeah,
so.
so you'll know what
Yeah,
you
it does.
Mhm. So I know that this topic has been more based around like maybe like the financial investment, but the question from Mrs. DB here is, how about the time and priority investments? Is it important to stream on your schedule no matter what in the beginning? Is it okay to miss social events or other things in life? Is because DB personally is strict with the time he invests, and I was just wondering if you all are. So I'd say like for me, I mean, okay, I have work, and most days, like as of recent, I'm like the closer, right?
Clam
So like,
waffles.
so if I end at like 6, I gotta get home because I'm trying to start by 7. So like to me, like okay, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But like I'm trying to make sure I'm consistent because that's super important. Like, would it be tough to wake up for school if you had to set
And
different
no
alarms for
mechanicals.
like different days? Like, oh yeah, I have school
Yeah.
at 6 p.m. 6 a.m. this day. The next day it starts at 8 a.m. The next day it starts at 10 a.m. So it's okay. It's not consistent. Like it's gonna have a weird feel to it. So if I have people that know, hey, rest is streaming from this time to this time, and this time in my day is like watch recitation time. You know, I think that's super important. So when my stream schedule was like really sporadic, it was like you can't keep a regular, in my opinion. Not can't. It's not an absolute like you can't at all. I think it's really tough to keep regulars without a schedule. So I think that it's important that you find out the time you're able to invest on which days, stick to that. If you don't, how are you supposed to retain regular viewers? Because, if my college professors were super late on telling me which days my classes were going to be, and it was too complicated, so I wouldn't show up. So
That's a good metaphor.
yeah, I'm just saying, because it's too much. It's too complicated. Like the viewer has an easy job. 7 o'clock, I go on Twitch and I click it, dude. Entertain me or I'm gone. Well, so if you don't stream at all on that time, they check once. You're not live. I doubt that they check again throughout the night unless they're like really dedicated.
Yeah.
You know.
So that's the conversation that I pretty much had with my wife, was that when we first talked about this, was just like, I told her, like, not to compare myself to a TV show or anything, but let's say you had a TV show that you just found and you really like it, right?
Mhm.
But you're like, okay, when does it come on? Oh, sometimes it comes on at Tuesday at 6:30. Sometimes it'll come on Wednesday. Sometimes maybe it'll show up at 8:30. Who knows? You just have to, just go on. You're gonna be like, well, I'm not gonna go through that much trouble to watch that show. Like, I'm gonna check at 6:30, be like, okay, it's not on. It's not coming on today. And then you move on with your life. You're not gonna keep going back to be like, okay, is it on yet? No, it's not. Was it on yet? No, it's not. So I feel that, like, you have to be consistent, so they at least know when, if they have the time, like, oh, hey, like you said, oh, hey, he should be on right now. I'm gonna go stop by and see what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I used to watch like Walking Dead with my older brother, we'd like go out and get food and then watch Walking Dead. So I ended my stream at like a certain time. Like, I'd start early and then end at a certain time so I could watch Walking Dead, because that 2 hours on Sunday nights every night, that's like that's Walking Dead time. Like, that's the time that I've set. So, and there was no question, like, what's gonna happen next Sunday at 8 p.m. I'm watching this because I know it's on. So, but if it was random, yeah, I don't think I would have cared. I wouldn't have made a big deal out of it. But because it was consistent, that made it really easy for me to stay caught up on it. Especially with like series. Now, I think it's different for a Twitch channel because we're not like a series. Like, miss one stream and you're lost. But a TV show, you miss one episode, you're really lost. But like, if you missed, Rest Station feeding in a Paladins game, you're the next day, okay, he lost 40 rank points. Like, I didn't miss much, right? It's like, so that's the way I see it. On time, if anyone else wants to input on time investment, I got you.
I'm gonna go last because let me go last because you guys keep going.
I feel like it also depends like what your priorities are. Like, if you're not too worried about growing and having the community and having regulars and all that, I feel like it doesn't matter about having a schedule too much, or like what's going on in life. Like, sometimes recently I was on holiday and I found it really hard to stick to a schedule because I had nothing to do all day. Like, working full time, like, kids don't ever work full time. Like, life advice from Dottie, never get a full time job. That's the worst, honestly. But it's good because I know when I'm gonna come home. I know, like, Monday, like Sunday through Thursday, I'm home at 4. I can, start the stream at 6 till 9 or whatever, and that's that. But like, when you're on holiday, you've got nothing. You could be like, I could stream in the afternoon. And then you're like making up for lost time when you're working, like when you're working, you stream instead of catching up with friends, or you stream instead of going out to dinner or whatever. I know I had a point. it's kind of lost.
Bring it home.
Yeah, but I feel like if you're not worried, if you're concerned about growing and you want that to be the focus and like doing all that, you're gonna need to give up some of the social events. You're gonna need to miss catching up with your friends that night. You're gonna need to miss going out for that dinner. You're gonna need to miss this or that.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but I feel like for the majority, that's the go.
Yeah, and we talked about things that streamers should have in addition to their channel. Like, when the stream ends, it's not over. So you have, like, I have Discord, social medias, and if you have understanding viewers and you have a Discord, hey, this thing is really important tonight, I can't stream. You're gonna, if you communicate that through Discord, your viewers won't be, they won't feel completely let down, or like, oh, I was checking his stream all night, like I was trying to watch, and like this person didn't show up. So if it's like a really important social event, I think if you just communicate, then I feel like it's not a big deal. You're not gonna lose out on people because, hey, like this real life thing was really important. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
anyone else?
I've obviously almost quit streaming for the last couple months, just because I've had so much other stuff that I've had to put priority over streaming. Just wait till I come back, though. It's going to be the greatest stream you've ever seen. Maybe.
Maybe.
But it's just I've had so much of priorities, but I've definitely tried to stay in the community that I've tried to help form. And it's just so I can stay around and get back to it as soon as my priorities are fixed. and on a set schedule.
Got you. And it's important because I mean, if you get yourself out of whack, then maybe it gets to the point where like you can't stream at all because you have to do all this stuff. Where maybe you take a break for a bit to make sure that you find a way to make streaming fit, and then from there you're all good. But I feel like there's been some streamers that I've known where they didn't feel like it was worth it, or maybe they weren't succeeding with it, or they weren't putting time into the right things, to where they ended up quitting streaming altogether, or they found something that just seemed more worthwhile because their investment into streaming just wasn't working out. But Spirit, you want to bring this topic home?
Yeah. So for me, those who don't know, I have a wife. I have 2 kids. I have, one of my kids is 9. One of my kids is 9 months. One of my kids is 6 years old. And so, I also have a full-time job. Dang it. I'm also now going to college because I'm stuck at my full-time job, not being able to go any farther. So there's just kind of like this point I think that I hit once I started streaming. I've been on YouTube for 2 years, 3 years now, and that's a huge time sink to record, to edit, to put everything you got into it, to still invest in your community. And so doing that on top of 2 kids, on top of a wife, and trying to not give everything 10% and fail, it's tough. It's tough to do that. And I think you have to realize that, and you have to see, well, what's more important to me? Is my family more important? Because you only have so much time in a day, and they're only awake for so many hours of the day. And, you got to realize what's important. So for me, if I'm honest, I think streaming comes on like 4th or 5th on my priority list. And so there's many times where I'm like, man, my wife is not feeling well. I'm not going to stream today. And so it is important, you know what? And that maybe speaks to me to the point where I'll probably never be a huge streamer, or maybe one day once I do get done with college and I do have a comfortable job that allows me to work from home or something, and I can have stronger time with my family. I don't know. My whole thing is I'm not going for broke on streaming, and maybe that's what's limiting my potential. And my focus is keeping my family healthy and being able to support them. And that's what's important to me at the end of the night, is that we're supported, we're safe, and we're all have a healthy relationship. And so streaming takes a backseat to that for me. And I think it's important for everybody to realize, if you've got a family, you got to put that crap first. If you've got a kid, you are responsible for that. And thankfully, I don't think most of you guys have kids. I think me and Dee are the only ones with kids here. So
I think so.
And that's fine. But it's important to do that, to put yourself to get your priorities lined out and see what's important. And you guys are right. Like a TV show, nobody wants to try to hunt down the timing and ending of a TV show. And that's kind of what I'm just like, man, I put myself on blast. I tell people, hey, look, I'm not a consistent streamer, but if I am streaming, I'll hit you up on Twitter. And I promise you not to bother you with notifications or something on Twitter too much. So I don't know. There's ways to get around it. My whole thing is my family comes first.
Gotcha.
Can I just throw in that you make me look real bad here, Spirit?
No. That's the thing too. So let me also say that DB, you do a fantastic job with pulling. I've seen you pull your daughter in for the stream like that, and that's awesome. Don't feel bad, because I think that you're killing it still. And I'm pretty sure you're still spending time with your kids.
Yeah. No. Yeah, for sure. I do.
And that's important. And some people are good at that. Some people are great at juggling. I'm terrible at juggling. I have way too much crap. I can't compartmentalize enough to, when I'm done with work, leave it at work. And when I'm done with college, leave it at college. I always carry my stuff wherever I go. And so I wind up I have to be able to be like, all right, I can't stream today because my family is unfortunately getting already what's limited of me. Yeah. So that's just my personality. And that's, again, gauging yourself, finding out your personality and your goals, and running with it in the right direction. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, like everyone's on a different page. I think that's great. Like everyone has their own
priority list.
Yeah, has their own like it just depends. I mean, it doesn't even have to be age. It's just like what's going on for everyone is going to be different, you know. And it could be based on the amount of like the siblings that you have, or like the type of family that you have, where you are, like just in life. So I think that
I don't have a family.
Oh,
man.
I'm just kidding.
Alexa, play
Thanks.
Despacito.
No, I don't have any siblings at all anymore.
Mrs. DB said, "I think everyone wants to stream, but they don't know how much time and dedication goes into that to actually have a real shot." So there's people, yeah. I feel like if you have that sporadic schedule, like less than once a week, I don't see you making it. Like I'm sorry if if anyone here is getting into streaming and like they're like on a like a less than once a week status. I just feel like you're just not serious about it.
That's more of a hobby.
I'm gonna throw this ball straight in your face.
Chad lives alone with his muscles, by the way. I don't know if he said that, but Chad's got enough muscle where he doesn't live alone.
I think there was even a dude who like broke down. I don't know how old the video is, but the dude like broke down. He was a streamer and he like broke down and made like a YouTube video. Like he was like bawling, like talking about like how nobody realizes like how much people invest into streaming, like with time and money and everything. And he's like,
wait, okay, was he African American?
Yeah.
Okay,
and then like Ninja like made a comment on it, was like, "Hey man, don't give up. I'll stream with you anytime." And the dude was like, "Oh, bet." And then he like tried to contact Ninja, and then like they were in his chat, and they're like, "Hey, are you ever gonna stream with so and so?" And he's like, "I don't know who you're talking about." And then he got like super, but it was like way later. It wasn't like the next day or anything,
Okay,
and then the dude got super like angry about that and was just
no.
"Dude, like what? Like you said, like I was going through a rough time." But yeah, it was a real emotional video from that dude, and the dude was saying like how he has to do like basically like Uber Eats or something like to support himself because he's investing so much money into his stream and it's just not paying out. And yeah, it's wild. But I definitely agree that a lot of people don't realize how much, if you are really trying to give it a go, that it takes a lot of time out of your personal life. I mean, not that I would ever miss anything important from my children, babe, but like the little things, like I think tonight we're supposed to go to my aunt's house for a dinner or something. And I was like, I can't. I got the podcast. You know what I mean?
We could have been at the table. I mean,
yeah, that would be great.
As long as I'm not hungry, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
But, okay. Let's see. So as far as time wise, we're at I mean our typical time. So I have 2 more questions if we want to keep going, or I can save them for next time and I can reach out to chat if they have questions. Either we can answer some quick ones now or save them for next time. But yeah, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to keep going, or do you want to ask questions and reach out to chat and then see if they want to? Do we hit like a straw poll or like? Here, I'll just say I'm gonna reach out to chat here, guys. You guys can ask questions for us to answer. We'll answer quick ones now, and then if you have ones that are maybe a bit more like elaborate of an answer, I can just throw them down in my notepad, and then we'll actually use it on not on the next podcast, which is not next Sunday, but the Sunday after that.
Oh, I think Slave Slayer said he has something to say on that last subject real quick.
Ooh, go for it. You won't, dude.
You won't? You won't.
Slave?
Oh, here you go.
Oh, first question from EBVim YouTube at DB Fanboy Gaming. Are you streaming tonight?
Yeah, I am.
He actually is streaming tonight at DB Fanboy Gaming. So twitch.tv / and then you're gonna put that username in there. If you guys haven't followed that specific channel, how many viewers do you have? 37 follows right there, guys. You won't.
you
won't.
But yeah, just thrown out here as always. We have everyone's ats above their name. I have a panel with all their ats. They can all type in chat right now, and their ats will actually come up. You can actually just click on their name, go to their channel. There's like a heart button. It actually gives you money. No, I'm kidding. It's just a follow button. There's no money involved. But I'm just throwing it out there. There's DB. There's Spirit. Guys, leave me hanging, guys. There's Dottie. Yeah, right on cue. There's Cruz with the young Twitch heart, and then
Limp's
there might be just a little bit of a lag here, guys. Sorry, my connection is
lip lag.
What's up?
Off. Where's my money?
There's Lip. There he is.
There you go, buddy.
There it is. With that Dottie Ka-chow on the Raspac.
So Slaves did a good point, which is networking. I think that's definitely a good thing to have, but I think that a lot of times I've experienced this. I've done this before. A lot of networking is kind of empty, and I'm not saying yours was, Slaves. I really do hope that was successful for you. But a lot of networking is so empty. It's so much a follow for follow, or like, do whatever. And there's value to having that. I'm not saying it's not valuable, but because anything, I wholeheartedly believe in hustling to do whatever it takes. If you hustling gets you a little bit higher, again, you're all trying to cut through the noise. If you hustling like that gets you cut through the noise a little bit more, do it. As long as you're not hurting anybody, I don't give a crap what you do.
Where's my money?
But I think a lot of that interacting is kind of empty because you just wind up having people who just click the follow for follow and then they never interact, and I don't know. So
like I got in a game with DB and he didn't like ask me like follow for follow, but like he followed and he came back 2 times after we initially played. So I figured out that he liked what I was doing, and then I asked him if he streamed. And if he wouldn't have come back multiple times, like typically it's just that follow. I'm like, okay, they're a viewer, they might come back. But for someone that made a point to come back, chat, and invest multiple times into the stream, that just made it to where like, wait, I want to invest at least that much back. And then here we are right now. He's on the
here
podcast.
we are.
So it's like, yeah,
Better
there's
love
people
story than Twilight.
There it is. So there's people that just come and they say follow for follow, and then I have my whole spiel like policy of like, thanks for the follow. I'm gonna check you out, and if I enjoy it, I'll follow. And there's actually like, I'd say, man, it's probably a small percentage. I'd say 1 out of 10. I actually end up following, because I'm telling you right now, I will go back and like watch every single person that like says that. Like I watch their VOD and I try to figure it out and see if it's someone that is worth watching, and I'll legitimately follow and then invest in them, from there on out. But as we talk about like streamer like relationships with people and like and making friends on the on the platform, if you're not really gonna like invest in somebody, I don't think it's gonna work out. So I try to invest in everyone here and keep you guys all encouraged. I bring in my my squad, me and the boys, that come in, and we boost that viewer count up every day, dude. Wherever I go, I'm traveling with the boys. Twitch, calm down, okay? It's just you have to have a bot account for your chat bot, okay? Blame Streamlabs, it's not me, okay? But I'd say that I think investment in like even just in other people is actually the cheapest investment you can make, because it just costs time and like effort. It's not actual money. So
but I would argue that time is one of the most precious resources. So
there
expensive.
It is. That's true.
So
that's true.
Like for me, that's my biggest struggle is that's why Dottie is like the one person I watch the most, because he's the only one on whenever
you have that time.
My kids are asleep.
Yeah.
My wife is asleep, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get some stuff done. So I put Dottie on, and it's just like, man, I would love to watch a DB during prime time, but it's like that's like either when I'm streaming or when I'm spending time with my kid, and so I usually put DB on whenever I'm kind of like cooking. You're my cooking show. And Rest has a fantastically flexible schedule. So, anyways, my point is like, I would argue that time is one of the most expensive assets to spend on someone. So
we talk about investing time in like a schedule too. Like there's times like for me where I'm like, oh man, I didn't get a stream in today, or I had to cancel yesterday's stream. I'm awake. I'm gonna stream early. Okay, I'll go from having 20 viewers to streaming at like noon with like 4, because no one's used to that time. They don't know that I'm live. They're probably busy too based on their time zone. It doesn't work out. I mean, I'm usually not available to stream at that time. So like I don't expect them to be available to randomly view on a time where I'm off schedule. So I think that's kind of the biggest reason. Sorry to go all the way back to the whole schedule and investing time, but like I've noticed a clear difference in like if I stream on those rare Sundays, like where I'll stream like before a podcast or after, my viewer count's not going to be where it is on any other day, because people are okay. Podcast, he went offline, he rated someone, he's done, right? But yeah, I mean, I think that's just one more reason why spending not just time, but consistent time is important to hitting that next level. But does anyone else in chat have questions as we continue? DB, go ahead.
Okay, so as he said, so when I first started, right, like I would follow anyone who asked for it, and it was like, hey, can you follow me? I'm just starting out, and I'd be like, yeah, sure, no problem. And I would just follow all these people. And then I would rarely check them out, because I mean, we weren't necessarily doing a follow for follow, but I just didn't see the harm in following them. But I didn't really start watching and like going through all the people that I followed until one time after my raid or after my stream, I raided somebody and I was like, oh, this dude, like he's one of the people that stopped by the stream, asked for a follow. Let's go check him out. I sent everyone over there and he was just super toxic, like dropping like hard Fs, like not the F word, but like the homophobic F, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like left and right and like N bombs. And I was like, whoa, like I've been following this dude. Like I've been supporting this dude, not knowing just because he dropped in was like, hey, you want to hit me with a follow? So since then, I've been like going through like all the people that I follow and just like really paying attention to their content and stuff. And then that's what really got me into networking, because other than that, I would never network. I would just be like, oh, sure, I'll follow you, whatever. But after that scenario, I was like, oh, I need to start really paying it more attention and, you know, seeing who I'm associating myself with. It was pretty crazy. Yeah, I felt so bad for my raid that night.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate circumstance.
There's all the questions from today up to this point, boys, just so you know. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I believe Nick on a Stick had a question way earlier.
I haven't I typed in our group chat.
It was, how do you guys feel about the new group streaming feature?
So stoked.
Oh god.
So
no, nothing.
people were talking about like mix of sound and it'd be like a big mess. Well, if you look at multi-Twitch, which is already a thing, you know, you can split up people's chat and then whose stream you choose to have the audio on with. Well, I feel like whatever this is, which I haven't used or tried out, I feel like it's just a better version of multi-Twitch and then a version that is directly from Twitch. Like you don't have to go to some exterior website to do, you know, multi-streaming. I feel like there's only good things about it. Good job on Twitch's part, by the way. But wait, what? What is happening? DB Woodfall. Oh, the cable. Okay, wait, I remember that. Yeah. I remember that. Okay, I remember that whole story. That's true. Yeah. But yeah, guys, we always try to include questions from you guys before we end things. And you know, if it's a question where I think like, okay, this could go really far, I'd say we just keep it for next week. I mean, I have 2 more questions, but I know we've been going at this a while, and I'd rather just save it for next week, where I feel like we can just talk for as long as we want with because I know some of these guys have streams that they want to start and get to later tonight. But what else we got?
We had one by Grumpy that was kind of off key by a lot, and it's kind of political too. And I don't know how some people feel about
never mind. Yeah, I got you. I'm about to pass. I think for today.
You can veto that. Yeah, we can veto that.
And I'm down. I mean, I don't even mind like opening up with that next time if it's gonna be like a big controversial thing, and then it's something where okay, now let's move on. So as opposed to ending with it. And I'm sorry if he doesn't like that. I don't know if you're still here. I just feel like
I think I still saw him in chat.
As far as for like fluency of the podcast and the overall vibe, I think that'd be a good starting question. I did see that in the Discord. Do you love Trump? There it is. All right,
dark humor, or what do you guys think about dark humor or satire on stream? I think I think that dark humor. It depends on what you mean by dark humor.
Yeah, there's a fine line.
That's like humor itself is always like riding the fine line.
Mm.
Dark humor is too much of a risk because people can't tell that you're being.
Yeah.
When you're a comedian, you're on a stage, and people can tell that you're being a comedian and that you're most likely not serious. You can get away with a lot more. That's why dark humor fits that atmosphere.
Yeah.
On Twitch, it doesn't necessarily fit the atmosphere because you're not on that stage.
Yeah, people don't know they're going to a comedy show.
Yeah, they think that the character that you're playing, they think is real. Like people still think Dr. Disrespect is not a character.
It's him.
The
like he's rolling around with the mullet. Like
the mustache is real. I know for a fact the mustache is real. Yeah. But anyways, then that can either be so that this is where satire kind of works, just like the doc works, because it is a character, and as long as your character doesn't cross some weird, racist, and dangerous line, I think it works really well. So satire, run with it. It's fun as long as you're not crushing someone's toes.
Yeah,
so.
It's 2018. The way I see it, like if that kind of humor is all about like riding the fine line, I'm not gonna lie, it's probably not gonna end well for you.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Happening?
PC culture is very dangerous right now.
Yeah, I think it's one of those situations where it's better safe than sorry to just avoid it
I agree.
because you don't want the wrong end of that stick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
Where
I don't think you can say
the
it's scripted either, because it's a stream. Like, you
yeah,
can't say, "Oh, this is a joke. It's all
yeah.
scripted." No, it wasn't. This is a stream, dog.
Like the satire part, I mean, like as long as you make it obvious, you know what I mean, that
Yeah.
that you're joking around stuff. But the dark humor is just way like it's I don't know, it's hard to do.
No,
You can get away with it.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, DB. Is that Slaughter?
Yeah, well, yeah, I
don't
think
know
it's
how to say
Slaughter.
his name.
Slaughter
So
with a
Slaughter,
V.
it's definitely a great question, and I think that if you can find a way to do it safely, like DB does these really cool like images on his stream. So maybe if you really want to embrace this kind of comedy actor, this dark humor satire situation, maybe you could invent an asset and makes it look like you're standing on a stage or something, or at your at the makes it look like you're at the comedy store, or something. And so
that'd be pretty funny.
Or like
make it look like you're make it look like you're at the comedy store. And maybe when you have something to say, like Dottie has this really cool button that he presses, and he'll go from right here to like right here, and it's super funny. And maybe you can have a button that whenever you need to say something a little funny or a little bit closer to the line, you press your button, and now you're at the comedy store, and you could say something, ha 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 ha, and then like click back. I don't know. Like, get creative with it, run with it. Like, I'm not saying like don't do it if that's your thing and you think it's funny. Just don't hurt anybody. Like, please, no N-bombs, no. Keep it safe, but don't be afraid to get creative.
African American streamer, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
So Fergie's question, I would say we've not only talked about on a past podcast, but part of this one. But I mean, I'd say long story short, your answer would be that camera does help you relate to viewers because they know who they're talking to, and that I would say, I don't know if it makes it more comfortable or not. Like maybe it takes out like some like mystery effects, so maybe that's where like the comfort is increased because like it's like security and they know exactly what they're dealing with. But yeah, I know it's definitely more complicated with like console. If you don't run a capture card, I think for like PS4 you have to actually have like a certain camera that only works for PS4s that you plug in USB.
Xbox,
so that's
you can
definitely
just
more
use the
complicated.
Kinect.
Okay, the Kinect one.
Yeah.
So like yeah, it's definitely more complicated when you're running console. But yeah, I'd say like that was kind of our answer. It definitely does help you like relate, and you're easier to talk to. But
it's not necessary, but you're putting a ceiling on yourself by not having it.
Illusions question, I'm gonna save for next week. Like that's or save for when he's on. I like that one a lot. I feel like I don't want to
really
just rush through it, and I'm saving it.
Yeah,
and I'll put illusion next to it.
We could run with that one for a while.
Yeah,
I don't even think I could hit that very well.
Yeah.
With the amount of time we have left. That's a good one though. Illusion. Thank you for presenting that.
Alright, seeing you guys only excites me more hitting affiliate. It's awesome.
That's
I
dope,
love
man.
how I feel like maybe we can like go over again the whole like just affiliate as like a topic or question because I love how I guess easy like Twitch has made it, but like I feel like it gives people more opportunity. Like you feel more legitimate before you've even gotten up there. So I'll say that as a section. I'll try to write a question around it. But I think what we're gonna do is find someone to raid. Someone that's gonna be on next week is Drayan. So I think we should raid him if he's still on. He is. So I want to thank you guys all for coming.
Yes.
You guys can all type in chat again if you want or not. But either way, all their @s are in my panel and then above their camera. Please follow all them.
Didn't even wait.
Because like I said, if you follow one of us, it's too late. Like I'm telling you right now, it's too late. Follow all of us. Let me see. Drayan 07.
Dottie's Ka-chow.
Dude, this was a good one. This was a really good one. Alright, we'll see you guys not next Sunday, but the Sunday after that. And I'll try to. Whoa, what button did I press, dude? Where are we at?
I don't know, but I like this.
We're in the stratosphere.
Can we hit them with the intro before we?
Yeah, the intro as an outro. Let's go.
Wait. Is it finished though? Because Dottie.
Yes, it is.
It is?
Yeah, I checked it in
There's
the chat.
no way. Wait,
like,
I'm actually insane. Wait, guys, don't leave yet. Don't leave. We got the. What am I doing? What? The buttons switched?
What is this?
Yeah, this is the wrong button.
Everyone.
My hotkeys just got switched. Well, okay. Give me a second, guys.
Slow down.
I apologize.
Hold
you
on,
guys
Fergie.
don't want to miss this. I'm
telling you right now,
You're gonna
guys.
want to watch
It's
this.
too good. All right, let's go ahead and grab this link. Where's it at, boy? Oh, there it is. There it is.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, we're pulling up right now, guys. Just
Oh my gosh.
download. Is this malicious content, guys?
Is
It's
this
Sorry, guys.
malicious.
I just
Is
gotta
it
make sure.
actually?
It could
One of
be.
these days,
It
it's
says it
actually gonna be.
every single time. It says like, "Hey, we're not liable if this is a virus, boys." I'm like, okay, you know what? It's from there's no viruses in New Zealand, right? That's not a thing. Do they have
I don't know
this?
if that's how it works, but sure, why
Gotcha,
not?
gotcha. Yeah, we're almost done, guys. It's downloading.
Oh man.
And if you guys still have questions, like I'll be in my own chat on my dashboard like until we're done here. So I'm not gonna let it start. Give me a second.
Yep.
All right.
Please at least
Are
stay
you
in for
guys
the
ready?
outro and
Yo,
the raid
let's
on
do this.
Drain.
And the rain, so
do
we
this.
can hit up our
We
Hold
about
up,
to hit it
boys.
off.
okay.
Oh jeez.
Watch this, boys. You're gonna be impressed.
Oh jeez.
Knock your
Sino.
socks off.
I love that Sino guy. He's funny.
Cino, what is wrong with you?
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paperboy, evening TV. Did I get delivered here? Somebody tell me, please. This whole world's confusing me. Flowers mean as you never seen.
The classic. Oh boy. Cruz. An actual unit.
Oh my god.
Alright guys, thank you for coming. We'll see you guys not next Sunday, but the Sunday after that, alright? Oh boy. Let's go and let the stream catch up.
Oh,
But I will
shoot.
see you guys. That's pretty great. Hey, we will try to get as many new streamers as we can going forward. I believe next podcast is potentially full, but we'll see you guys. Go ahead and give some love to Drain. Just spam podcasts in his chat if you guys don't mind, alright?
Athlete.
How many people stayed? Well, we're going to see. 11, 15,
23.
23,
24.
24. You scrubs, how'd you leave, dog? That was a great
Yes.
intro. Alright, we're doing it. Oh, I'm on my dashboard. I'm not even viewing his stream yet. Uh-oh. And then my mistake from last time is actually ending